Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Um, Welcome to the game. This is the Great American Experience, and I'm the Wizard of Oz. Um, this is not my show. This is your show. So I'm just pushing the buttons in the background. And wow. Got a crazy shirt on for Halloween. You scared? Hey, Zoom. How you doing? No, it's a skull. Here, let me get that down a little bit. You can see it. It's a big shirt. It's a big shirt with a big skull. Yep. I know. That's why it's a Halloween shirt. See? Hey, battery. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go now. Okay. All right. Get on the show. Go get on the show. Bye. So, what's up? Let me get a link out there for you. Oh, there he is. Hey, what's up,
Good
battery?
evening, y'all. Check out what my truck looks like right now.
Did you mess it up?
The bed has been disconnected. I'm trying to slide it back, but I need a little help. Anybody want to come over?
Oh, wow. Why are you taking the bed off?
I'm going to replace the oil, the fuel pump.
Fuel filter? Oh, okay.
No, I already replaced the fuel filter. Didn't do any good. The
Right.
truck died on the way to work this morning.
Oh, wow.
I had to get towed home. Get a better look. Okay. Got it raised up. Yeah, I had a little fun today. I got it moved this far on my own.
Right.
But I can't move it any farther because of the wheel wells. And
Oh, okay. Yeah.
go across the tire. But it's not
Well,
heavy.
take the tires off.
Yeah, I could do that, but then I have to jack it up again.
Right. That's what you got the jack stands for.
I'm just hoping that, yeah, I got jack stands. The cheap ass jack stands there, and I got a good one from my neighbor.
All right.
But I've been cleaning it up. I got the box taken off. It's over here.
Right.
So I've had a lot of fun today. I didn't make it to work, and I didn't know how to get a hold of them and tell them I'm not making it to work until after 8. Work starts
Ooh.
at 6. And I have not been there, so I'm going to have to call them again at 8 tomorrow, unless my wife lets me use her car. If she doesn't need it tomorrow, well, her job pays more.
Her job pays more, huh?
She's making $30 an hour. I'm making 17, so who
Right.
gets the car?
Well, that's when you drive her to work and
Well, she works here at the house, but sometimes she needs the car because she has to go into the office.
oh, okay.
And if she has to, she said she has a class tomorrow and she may have to go into the office, and it's not the one that's close to us. It's the one in Oregon City, which is about 15-minute drive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was out here
Fire
doing,
in the bowl. That's what
I
I
was
was
out
doing.
here doing this in the rain.
Oh, wonderful.
And
Yeah.
my wife's friends here. I wish I could borrow her car. That's a Mercedes. Somebody she knew had a Mercedes, so she had to get one. On her husband's we got, she gets money from him because they're divorced. Alimony? Alimony bought that car. That sucked.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Well, he
Bought a
makes good
Mercedes.
money. She bought the Mercedes because he bought a Mercedes. I guess it's only fair, right? His business is doing well. He built our deck. I'm not happy with the deck. So he does shoddy work.
Oh wow.
It's uneven. And
Claude Ball.
it's a Trex deck. Okay, I'll chat. What's that, Zoom? Not think so what? Sounds like battery? Yeah, it's me. Nobody else. Oh, wait. Here, let me switch the camera so you can see me as well as hear me. Hello. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, I'm on battery power. Oh, I'm the only one in the show now. Welcome to my live stream. How you doing, Claude? Haven't seen you in a long time. Where you been? The truck broke down, Zoom. It stalled on me and would not restart. Actually, it did start for a second, then it died again. And I've been tracing the problem, and it sounds like the fuel pump, because when I turn the key, fuel pump don't run. And I switched relays around that have been the same value and hasn't started. So it tells me that, well, what I can do to make sure it's the fuel pump is I pull the bed back about a foot, get in there and put a jumper wire onto the fuel pump. And if it runs, it's not the fuel pump. If it doesn't run, then it is the fuel pump. Hey, Kim. How you doing, Kimmy? Well, I'm a little past that, Claude. I went a little older.
What's up,
Actually,
Club Balls? Sorry, I'm back.
mine's not going to be that bad. Here, see if I can get
Having issues with the connection between me and the generator somehow. I'm not exactly sure what the hell's going on.
Oh, disconnect here. All right, I'm bringing the light over.
Yeah, I've got to put a fuel pump. I got to put a fuel pump on my caddy.
I'll show you where the fuel pump is. It's not that bad.
That means I got to drop the tank on it.
Yeah, you have to drop a tank. It's a car.
Yeah.
But check this out. You see that?
Yeah.
There's the fuel pump right there. That little bump.
You just need to get it back another foot and you're good.
Oh, yeah. My manual said to drop the tank. The guy at the auto parts store says, move the bed.
Yeah, it's only 4 bolts.
6.
6.
And I've already
Yeah.
got, well, obviously I've got them loose.
And just mind your wires.
Oh
Make
yeah,
sure your wires are disconnected
there's only one wire
for the taillights. Yeah.
right here. I got it disconnected already.
All right.
So if I push on the brakes, I'll have nothing.
Right. You should be able just to jack it up a little bit more and pull it forward.
Well, I have to have control, and I don't. So
Well, use your jack stands under the frame and then pull the tires off and scoot it back.
under the frame.
Yeah, put the jack stands back under the frame.
But I still have to lift the bed.
Listen, just
I'm listening. I just don't see the logic in lifting the body, the frame.
I need to go check out my situation. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I mean, it's this is driving me nuts.
Well, if you have to get off, then I'll hold it open for you.
No, yeah, just hold it open. I'll be right back. I'm not dropping down that I know of. I just got to go find out what the hell might be happening with it. So just
cool shirt. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. I just got to figure out what's going on. If there's something messing with my power, messing with my lines or something.
It's the liberals.
Yeah. Well, it's back on.
Joe Biden. Hey, Valentine. Skull Drazer, how you doing? Well, Claude, this has been fun. Yeah, I love working on cars. And so I very rarely go to a shop. I think I've been to a shop once. That wasn't a warranty issue. If I have a warranty, then yeah, I'll go to the shop. But even with a warranty, I would do stuff myself.
Oh, well, right. I'm used to fixing myself myself.
I love working on cars so much that I ended up doing it myself. Right now, the truck looks like I flew through the air and landed on something with the bed raised up. You know, if I could figure out a way to raise up the bed and then drive the fuck, excuse me, forgive my language, that was an accident. Drive the truck forward. Yeah, truck boat Joe Biden. Would now where to start battery work on truck. Truck fighting. I mean, but fighting. Let's go, Brandon. Oh, and I got me a new plaque for my truck. Oh, good. My neighbor's here. I can do the bed if he's got time. Okay, I replaced the fuel filter. Still won't start. So I had Christina come out and turn the key, and the pump don't run. So I got to replace the pump. I have it on order, but I need to move the bed.
I just got to say one thing.
I got it by car.
I just
What's
got
the
to
one
say
thing?
one thing.
Another pair of hands on
Let's
the other
go,
side.
Brandon.
Oh yeah, let's
I
go,
love that.
Brandon.
It's
Right.
going on everywhere.
Oh man, is it? Is it? They're really everybody's pushing it. Huh?
Yeah, even my niece here and some of the kids at school, they got like half the school got detention because apparently between classes they were chanting "Let's go, Brandon."
Let's go, Brandon.
So
They're actually
that's
not
just
saying that.
Now that's some funny shit. That's some
yeah.
funny shit.
In the high school they were going to be like one class would do it, the other class would do it, and they the teachers, and this is a rural area, so the teachers thought, most of them thought it was amusing, but it was disrupting, and they couldn't get them to stop.
They couldn't get them to stop.
Yeah, they just kept going.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So half the school
Hey,
had to
well,
go.
you know, like I said, remember what I told you before? Everybody was like, "What about the kids? What about?" They're creating their own rebellion
Oh yeah.
with these kids.
Generation Z is actually turning out to be very, very conservative. They're
Correct.
tired of the liberal mess.
Not most of them. But
Generation Z. Yeah,
No,
actually,
most of them, dude. They're all
waking up.
like, screw this shit.
yep. Generation Z is actually already, even though they're so young, is already at 52%.
Well, you know, the young tend to rebel, and the system has gone left, so they're going to rebel and go right. It's kind of a balanced system. It balances out.
Right. And that's exactly how it goes. Just like, it's just like let's face it, Generation X, our parents were really conservative, so we started to kind of rebel away from it. And then the millennials took off with that and ran. And now Generation Z is going back to being conservative. And that's what they say most of these generations, by the time they get into their 30s, then they start becoming slightly more and more conservative. But Generation Z, that one report that I was looking at, shows 52% of them already leaning conservative. That's insane.
My parents were Democrats. They're now Republican.
See, my mom was a Republican, and that's probably why I'm kind of somewhat. I try to see both sides, because my mom was a Republican, my dad was a Democrat, but my dad was what they call a Reagan Democrat.
Well, my parents were Kennedy Democrats.
See, Dad was a Reagan Democrat. He was a conservative
Kennedy
Democrat.
was a conservative. He was hated by his own party, just like Reagan.
Well, there used to be some conservative Democrats, some, and everything. Now that's a term you. Yeah. So was I. Now that's a term you just don't hear. A conservative Democrat. I mean, you're lucky to hear a middle of the road Democrat.
No, I still say that. I was a conservative Democrat. Now I'm a conservative, just conservative. I don't pick a party because the Republicans are more left than I am.
I'm probably way more left than you are on a lot of things.
Dude, you got to stop it with this right-left shit. Nobody's logic or not. It's not about right and left anymore. The only thing about it is, do you believe in reality or do you want to believe their lies? You know what I'm saying?
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Because I was just answering his left and left.
Both of you all. There's none of this left and right shit. It's all just, are you human? Are you pro-life and pro-human?
Well,
okay.
You're
saying
on the scale, I lean right.
Well, but there's still a dichotomy out there. We can't deny the dichotomy of there's people that are far left and there's people that are far right. We can't avoid that. It still exists. Now, how it should be and how a lot of people are moving, like I think what Emerald's talking about, like a lot of people are moving, live and let live. I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
I have always been a conservative, even when I was a Democrat. When I was a Republican, I was still conservative, and I feel both parties have left me. And when I take these online tests, I always lean right, and I tend to be more libertarian than right wing.
How can a test determine that though?
I
It
don't
does
know.
pretty good. There's a
They
couple of them
all
out
come
there
up
that do
pretty
pretty
much the
good.
same.
Really?
Yeah.
They all come up pretty much the same, saying I'm conservative. I lean right wing, but also libertarian. Because when they ask issues on how you treat your body, I don't care. I don't give a damn. That's on you. And that's libertarian.
There's some water in there. There's some pressure in there.
If you want to take drugs, you want to smoke dope,
You can turn that
you
light
want
off.
to drink alcohol, that's on you,
Claude.
not me.
You know what the freaky thing is, Claude, right now? It's not even really, I mean, I can't stand socialism and communism, but right now it's not even that. It's this weird corporatism thing that's happening.
Yeah. I'm a
It's
racist,
this
a human racist.
it's this weird corporatism. I don't know what the heck it is. It's like communism, but it's all the corporations that are going to control everything. It's basically like capitalism mixed with communism, like the worst parts of capitalism.
My neighbor's about to come over, so I might be out of the conversation for a bit.
Right, Claude, I do agree with that. Okay, battery, cool. I completely agree with that, Claude. It's a battle between good and evil. I don't even know if it's just versus Christianity, though. They seem to be going after a lot of the religions. I mean, you like Buddhists and stuff like that. I mean, they're definitely coming after Christians, but a lot of it's also Buddhists and Hindus. I mean, they're coming down on a lot of people.
Well, I took off the box that was in the back of my bed. I think I'm going to leave it off. It was just collecting garbage anyway.
Like a liner?
No. It's a toolbox.
Oh, I got
Well,
you.
people use the toolbox. It was full of garbage. I emptied it out before I took it off. I took it off by myself. It was light.
Nice.
It's aluminum. And so is the bed. So the bed's pretty light.
Nice. Where the hell did Emerald go?
Oh, he's having issues, so he'll come and go.
All right.
He's totally on solar power. So when he has battery issues, it's going to cause problems with his connection.
Nice.
Yeah, I've done the same thing.
Nice. I run into the same problem, canoes, spring and fall. I get allergies anymore. Craziest thing, when I grew up out in the country, when I lived out in the country, never had a problem with allergies, hay fever, nothing. Lived in town for a couple of years, and now it bugs the crap out of me.
Yep, spring and summer is my bane.
Yep. And it's that transfer. It's like a couple weeks in when it starts hitting me.
I found a cure.
Nice. What's that?
Raw unfiltered honey.
Oh, yep.
Take a teaspoon of that every day.
As long as it's from the area you're at, right?
Yes, that would help.
Yep, because I remember. Yep.
Yeah, Wizard. I've been doing the raw unfiltered honey, and it's helped.
You guys were talking about it one other time up here, and you were talking about, and then Bear came on.
Yeah.
And Don Bear was saying, yep. And Don Bear was saying, make sure it's at the place because they use the pollen of local plants that cause your allergies.
I got it at
And-
Costco, so it's local,
Nice.
and it has helped.
Don
But I
Don
really
Bear is a knowledgeable guy. He knows.
I really should shop local for the honey, though.
Oh, Canoe says the barometric pressure changing. Zach, it got cruddy here today. We had little ice storms, and then it moved to, well, it started out with snow and then kind of went to ice just at sunup. We had a little bit of snow before sunup, and then right after sunup, when it got really cold, it was just ice, like frozen rain, and then got a little bit of rain, and then it turned to sleet again.
We had we were supposed to have a freeze 2 nights ago, but it got to 36. Pretty damn close.
See, we were supposed to hit 34, and then I think we hit right at freezing 32, so it really shouldn't have been that hard, but up above us it must have been really cold because it was coming down as ice.
Above me it did get down to freezing.
Yep. And then tonight I think it's supposed to get to 30, and then tomorrow night 28.
Well, we're in a warming trend right now, so we're going to get around 40. Oh, okay. I'll be right back, guys.
Right on.
All right. Yeah, Claude, it's been forever since seeing you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Claude's one of the people that gets my sarcasm. Claude and Skull. Skull Dracer gets it.
But yeah, no shit, man.
Did you
you
get that? Oh my bad. Good.
I'm having problems with my energy cutting out on me for some reason, and I'm trying to figure it out. So if I cut out, I'll figure it out and try and figure out. I'm trying to figure out what's causing it. It doesn't seem to be the generator or any of the lines or connections where I can get to. There might be one connection underneath the house that might have a problem, and that's where I'm thinking it might be.
Oh, nice. But, the hardest one to get to, of course.
Correct. Yeah, it's a bitch to get to it, you know.
That never fails.
So if we got a critter underneath there, it might be messing with the wire or something, stepping on the junction or something like that.
Right on. Did you get that link I texted you about that saw blade?
I haven't looked at it yet, though. No.
Yeah, you can actually take the teeth off. Yeah, that was right. The teeth off and replace them with new carbide tips, and you could just replace the carbide tips. Only problem is it's a 1/4 inch swath instead of a 3/16 swath like a normal blade. So okay, really, you're only losing a 1/16th, but you know how lumber is. Every little bit you lose, they don't like.
You lose it twice because you got the other side of the board.
Right. And every a bit lost is money lost too. So,
but yeah, but if you got it depends on how much you're not paying for that next blade.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but if you buy a new one of those, which is probably worth it because apparently the blade will last forever, and those teeth are only 98 cents if you buy them in a 100-pack. So,
Shadow Man, fix it now. Right.
So if you think about it, it is $1,800 for a new one. If you think about it, if you don't have to replace the blade itself at $700 a blade every time, that $1,800 will be worth it.
Right.
But right now, the blades I'm looking at are the ones off of the swing saws. And I think they're only like 30-inch, and heck, even they're $400 and some.
30 inch. Yeah.
30-inch. Yep. So you get above the 12-inch and that price just Well,
12 inch is like $60-$70 for the cheap ones.
Yep. Oh heck yeah, and yeah, you get something like a Freud or something like that. You're looking at $120.
Right, right. But that blade will last for a long time too.
Yeah.
And
And
I
then you
like
get into
the DeWalt. You get the DeWalt ones, and they're shit. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I'm just really disappointed in DeWalt stuff.
The
My
thing that's
Ryobi
got me,
stuff lasts for damn near 20 years, and my DeWalt stuff barely lasts me 3. And then I was replacing it or had to get it fixed or figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
well, here's the kicker. It's all made in China.
Right.
Even the DeWalt stuff that says made in China, there's like two things. There's like one drill and a tape measure that says made in the USA. And actually, all the pieces are still made in China. They just ship it over here. It should say assembled in the USA
That's right.
because it's kind of a play on words. And yeah, it's all still made in China. I've had this argument. It's like, no, it says right on there, made in the USA. I was like, look it up. I was like, crack it open. I've repaired switches. I've repaired stuff like that. There's little tags on the stuff inside, made in China.
Right. Yeah, canoes. I could use one. That would be the shit. A little Mr. Fusion, you know?
Agreed, Claude. Yeah. Especially if you're not using it day after day and don't have to buy it for the warranty, which I think Ryobi actually has pretty good warranty. Don't they? I don't own any Ryobi myself, so I don't know.
Well, the warranty's pretty good, but it's only a year or two, you know, stuff like that. But
See, and that's where Milwaukee, which even their stuff, at least it's made in Taiwan, which is a little better. At least it's a democracy and they're friends with us. But
I think
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee and Rigid are the only ones with a really serious lifetime warranty or something like that.
yeah, and that's when you pay for a Milwaukee, you're pretty much paying for that warranty.
Yep.
Because they don't give that stuff away. I got a few Milwaukee things, and yeah, it gets pricey. But their drills are like little mini Hilties. I mean, those are some tough drills.
Right.
It is. I've never had a problem with Milwaukee canoe, and I've still got every Milwaukee I've bought. I've maybe had to replace a trigger or something like that, and I've got no complaints except for the price.
Right. Except for the price.
Yep. Especially their cordless. God, they are proud of that cordless. And the DeWalt people are funny because they're like, well, I got 20 volts. It's like, no, that's 20 volt max. You don't get it. And Emerald, you'll know this. Every 18 volt is 20 volt max. DeWalt just did that as a sales tactic. So all those 18 volts like Ryobi, Milwaukee, those are also 20 volt max. They're not getting 2 more volts out of it like they think they are. It's just a sales tactic. And I go rounds with people about that. It's like, no, you put a head to head on the same bit, a DeWalt versus a Milwaukee, same impact, same pound foot of torque and everything. I guarantee you that Milwaukee is going to strip that DeWalt out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the DeWalt's 20 to 30% cheaper.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I bought Ryobi, and I mean, to tell you, I've had those units for 20 years, you know? So,
Yeah.
the only thing I had to replace was the drill, and that was like 2 years ago. But I use that son of a bitch. I've built houses with that fucking thing.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yep. Well, and that's just it. And I'll answer Claude at the same time. The only reason I bought some of that expensive name brand stuff is stuff I'm using day after day for the business, and I need the warranty, because I mean literally hours every day I'm using it. At home, I use the Porter cable. I found it on Amazon cheap, basically the same thing as DeWalt, but like half the price. And yeah, all my stuff around the house are the Porter cable, which makes me mad, because Porter Cable, before DeWalt bought them out, was an industrial brand and a damn good brand. DeWalt bought them out, and then they made them into like the skill saw of, or the skill, or Black and Decker. There we go, the Black and Decker of theirs. So made me mad.
Some of the stuff that Black and Decker does is pretty good. The chainsaws, they're pretty good. I will say that. But
nice.
Most of the stuff I get Black and Decker anymore, shit, might as well just be a kid's toy kind of crap.
Yeah. I got a cordless screwdriver to use around the house, and it works for taking electronics apart, but has no power to do anything else.
Right.
It was disappointing.
Yeah, it's But anyway, so Washburn Billy, hey, what's up? Yeah, we got the campfire going tonight.
What topics what does chat want to talk about? Give them control tonight of the topic, huh?
Right. So anybody heard anything that pissed them off in the news? Or any of that stuff?
Let's go, Brandon. Sorry, gotta get a kick out of it.
Right.
That is one of the funniest damn things.
Oh, that's Janice in there eating. Okay. I was like,
Yep.
I thought it was a mouse or something. I've had mice do that.
Right, Canoe. It's like a 7.2 volt or something like that.
Oh,
Claude, he's always seeing stuff. And then Washburn, everything in the news pisses him off.
Right.
Might be easier to pick something they saw in the news that doesn't piss us all off.
So, well, shit, man. I've been kind of avoiding getting the topics going because it's like, I don't know when my power is going to break out on me, kind of stupid shit.
Well, I'll try to keep it going if it does for you.
But yeah, this Clinton, at least Bill Clinton, might not be around much longer.
I heard he got hospitalized.
Yeah, he's been receiving care for the last several days.
Nice. Right, Canoe. Yep. Yeah, he's like critical too, wasn't he, at some point?
It doesn't say. It just says the former president has been receiving care at California Medical Center for days, spokesman says. And it just a lot of pontification. There's no details.
Right. Good thing about living in a small community, Wash, is I live 20 minutes away from a big grocery store. So generally, especially during the winter, I have, if need be, I have probably a couple months worth of food to make it off of.
No, canoes. You said there's a terror attack in Norway. Oh, what the guy with the arrows? He was using a bow and arrow. Mass shooting with a bow and arrow.
Where was that place that the those fertilizer silos exploded? I guess there was a terror attack there too. Somebody opened fire on a crowd of protesters.
Oh wow!
Can't remember where it was. It was the same city. It seems like Beirut. is that right? Where that city with those year or two ago or several years ago, where those fertilizer
Building.
silos,
Yeah.
blew up.
Yeah. Yeah, Claude, that's Buffalo Bill or Wild Bill 44, all that. Yeah. Wild Bill's ghost.
Hey, Bill.
Claude Balls, what's up? Hey, how you doing, Sing?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing good.
All right.
So he killed 5 people with a bow and arrow, and it's a mass shooting.
Yeah.
Pretty soon they're going to try to take away our butter knives. Too sharp.
Well, you
Make us
got.
put forks on our forks.
I heard in UK they got to register any knife over 8 inches long or something like that. 4 inches.
I bet you chefs have to do a lot of paperwork, huh?
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, they have to lock up their knives. You know, put them in a safe.
Right.
Now, why would that be?
Just somebody doesn't get a hold of them and go after the people that deserve to get them.
Well, we know.
Overreaching government.
Yeah.
Right? You have to register his meat shake because it's over 8 inches. Yeah.
The UK, I guess, has been into their reserves all this year. The UK has, so I guess they're looking at some serious power issues because they've been nipping at their reserves all year.
Now, why would that be?
There you go. Fire in the bowl. Sorry.
Because they won't allow them to frack in the UK. And the UK actually sets on enough natural gas. They have a 50-year supply underground there. But they won't allow them to frack for it anywhere in the UK. And that fracking sounds ominous. Is all it is they set off a small explosion that lightly fractures the ground way underneath that allows the gas to go through. It's so far underneath that in the harder soil in the shale that it does not affect the softer soil up by our water tables. A lot of this, like Colorado, if you see people lighting their things on fire, that's old gas companies that left improperly capped wells in the ground, and those wells have rotted out, and those are seeping in the ground.
When I was working on a ranch in the early '80s, that's how old I am. It was up near Afton, Wyoming, where they were doing fracking up there, and what they would do is they would fly around in a helicopter. And if I would have got hired on, that's what I would have done, is flying around in a helicopter. You go down, you set your charge, and then you fly away.
Nice.
And then what they do it back then, I don't know how they do it now. Maybe it's different, but what they did back then is they watch. That's how they find out where the natural gas deposits are, by using sonar type of system. Yeah, along with the explosive, so that they can see what's under the ground, what's shaking under there.
Now they've got a machine that's on 4 wheels that if you ever see this big white luggy looking machine with a big plate under it that looks like it can raise and lower, that's what they use now. They drive over the ground and they send signals down, and then they've also laid cable out, and between all of it they can tell like different densities in the ground, and they can go thousands of feet deep with it.
Well, our instruments that we use now are so much more sophisticated. That's how we found Al Qaeda's bunkers.
Yep.
We found their bunkers. We found the Iraqis. We can find anything underground. So if there's a bunker, you ain't getting away with it. You know, these elites that think that we don't have that technology, when we come looking for them, got news for them, because we can find them over a mile in the ground.
That's what's so sad. Canoe said there's a lot in Ohio. We used to have a lot here until they shut it down. Now there's no activity.
Activity? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Probably feels it.
What activity?
And Bill, drilling activity, and even the process of exploring for new areas. And Bill, you're close enough to where in the northern chunk, north central Colorado, with all that shale oil they're sitting on, that massive deposit.
Yeah, that's the same shale oil they're going after in Rock Springs.
Yep. If they tapped into that could, if they fully tapped into that could almost double because that field is like larger. They say larger than any. It could produce more than any field in like Saudi Arabia or the Middle East.
You talking about the Bracken?
Well, this is the shale oil. This is where they've got to do it's like a chemical thing they do. They put chemical into the ground and then it peels the oil out of it because it's like blended into rock. Not exactly sure how they do it, but if they can't just pump it out of the ground, they've got to do something to it to get it to separate from the rock and the dirt.
Halliburton was doing that back in the early 80s up in Wyoming. And they would pump some type of a foam or something down in there that would expand.
Actually,
and then they
water.
Well, I went to a job seminar with the Halliburton people saying how they do it.
We got it moved.
Early 80s. I was up in Wyoming.
Wait, Halliburton?
Halliburton.
What are they doing?
They were hiring for people for oil shale, and what they were explaining, they showed the equipment that they were using and everything that they were hiring people for. They had it there. They did demonstrations of what it does, and they pump this type of a foam down inside the oil shale. It goes down in and expands, and then they release it and it pulls the oil out.
A lot of that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. And I believe that fully, for one thing, because a lot of this technology they've had a lot around, and it keeps getting shut down by politics.
Now, the pressurized water version, when they do oil exploration, that's what they do when they're drilling. So they were doing like diagonal drilling up in North Dakota. Remember that big oil boom they had up there? And they would use pressurized water for that, and not the foam that I'm talking about. It was a completely different system.
The pressure actually, and the pressure, depending on the pressure you put in it, actually gives you a deviation, so you get those movements, and you put the pressure at this right time, and it leans you another way for directional drilling. It's really neat to watch. I've only been on one well that we drilled directional, though, so I mean I'm not as familiar with it, but most of ours were straight hole, but we did one directional, and it's pretty cool because they can actually track it in the ground too. They've got a truck parked out there, and that bit has a unit in it that sends out a signal, and they can actually track where it's going.
That's pretty valuable.
Well, in the Obama years, there were no new drilling permits issued. He would not issue any drilling permits, and also it had been 45 years since they had built any new oil refineries. So the only thing the refineries could do is expand the refineries and make them bigger, but they couldn't. They couldn't get new refinery permits. That's how bad they've been screwing us.
Within 2 months after Obama was sworn in, I was laid off the rigs because they pulled all existing permits and promised they were giving them back. They just wanted to analyze them. And you're right, they didn't give any back, and they didn't give any new, and they didn't give any of the olds back.
Oh, hell no.
They yanked it all, and they shut down an entire industry, hundreds of thousands of jobs.
Yep.
Okay. Can I interject here for a sec?
Absolutely.
Okay. This is what I'm going after tomorrow. Once I get home from work. Apparently the wife does not need her car. And I'm going to pull this out.
What is it? Uh-oh. Battery, I think you froze up. Or did I freeze up? Can you all hear me?
Yeah, it's battery.
Okay. I didn't hear anybody else. I was like, shit, maybe
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna say I can hear you still.
cool. I was listening to him, and then all of a sudden it just went absolutely quiet. Yeah, that oil field, that's that they've done it several times, and there's so many, and that's good money in the oil field. So when people lose that income, that's a lot of tax revenue. That's a lot of everything that gets lost.
Yeah, all these job losses and everything, that's tax revenue being lost. So that new 3.5 spending bill, 3.5 trillion spending bill that they just that Biden just got. Well, my question is where's the money going to come from?
Yeah,
that costs $0, don't you know?
They just print more.
Going to come from our kids' kids, and they're for the next 3 or 5 generations, they're going to hate us.
Right. We're on a new system called the debt-based system. We have nothing backing our money. It's just fiat money. And so it's all debt. And my question is, when did debt ever create prosperity? Never did, as far as I can tell.
Well, just look at the credit score thing. In my opinion, that's a scam. I go out and I don't buy it unless I got the money. I will save up and buy it. To me, that should show responsibility, and I should have a good credit score. My credit score got hammered doing that because I wasn't constantly paying interest on something. I wasn't constantly paying for that credit score.
Do you know how much a brand new Volkswagen was in the 1960s?
Like $600.
800, maybe
wow.
600 for a brand new Volkswagen. What happened? And the same cars that we paid like $1,400 for or whatever, brand new back then, are now $45,000.
Get ready for another round of inflation too. We're gonna get hit again. It's just like in the 90s, you could buy a brand new half-ton Z71 Chevy pickup for $32,000. Now that pickup's double that. In just 20 years.
Oh yeah. And I mean, you know, and if you think of the materials and stuff that went into the older vehicle, they were actual materials. I mean, it wasn't a plastic dashboard and stuff.
Yep. There's a lot more into these newer ones, but they're a lot cheaper made too.
No, and dude, there's a lot more safety equipment in them because they legislate it. Because the people that want to sell that technology, they get people to pass these bills, say it's all in the name of public safety, and then there's all this $8,000 worth of just $8,000. I calculated it actually about 5 years ago. Back then, it was $8,000 just in emission control stuff on the sticker
That's
price of your car, added to
Yeah.
the sticker price of your car.
And that's insane.
Well, it just tacks on the more ridiculous technology because the emissions aren't much better, if at all, than the older cars.
Oh, look at pharma right now. Pharma tax dollars funded the entire research for this COVID shot. Taxpayers funded the entire research through all these companies. We gave them billions.
Yeah,
And now a shot that, and I don't like the shot, I don't want it, but a shot that costs $17 to make, they're selling for $732. So not only did they not have to pay for any of the research, they're going to make a fortune through our tax dollars again.
yeah, because they're giving out free shots that Uncle Sam is paying for.
Yeah,
Free
in
shot.
quotes, free. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were saying, I was in Walmart the other day, and they said, get your free COVID shot. They're giving free COVID shots in Walmart.
And I think that's what 99% of this is for them to make a lot of money real quick.
It is. It's like the $200 hammers that they were making for the government.
Yep.
Yep.
It's the same idea, and it's just a way to funnel money into somebody's pockets.
Well, and it's just like, do you guys know who Russell Brand is?
No.
Yeah. He's a liberal guy that is on the internet, but the thing is, he's been coming out lately saying like Trump was right and we're getting screwed. And he just stated the other day that he said this is the biggest in history. He said if you break down the numbers in history, this is the biggest wealth transfer the world has ever seen. He said because all the wealth now is getting yanked from the middle class and the lower class and given to the higher class. And he had the paperwork there, and he said that most billionaires have doubled their net worth. Most billionaires have doubled at least their net worth, and most people, middle class and poorer people and everything have decreased by at least 25%.
Good night, Canoes. Dream well, Patriot.
Take care, Canoe. I hope your head starts feeling better, man.
Yeah, really. Seriously.
But and I'm talking even based on percentages, not just numbers, because of course numbers would be higher now because the value of the dollar is less, so the numbers are going to look higher. But this is worldwide in percentages. This has been through COVID, this has been the biggest wealth transfer in the history of the world.
Yeah. It's about to get bigger.
Mm-hmm. It's just, yeah, it's insane. And thank God people on all sides are starting to see it. That, hey, Trump was making some points. He may have been rough saying it. He may have been an asshole, but damn it, we needed an asshole in there to take care of business.
So don't be such a stranger, Claude. You come back and don't be such a stranger, bro. Hanging out,
Yeah,
man.
Claude, definitely.
But everything Trump says, it's like a lot of it seems crass and bombastic and all of that, and everything that he says, it takes a little while, and it's like a week later it kicks in. Oh, he's right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been that way all through his whole presidency and everything. It's like, wow, Trump's right, And people, what about the vaccine? Now they all want the vaccine, all the lefties.
And I will admit, I mean, I'm not a hypocrite, so I will admit that I am upset with Trump because in warp speed, he's the one that made it to where you could not sue the pharma companies if like, death or something like that. That makes me mad. I wish he wouldn't have done that.
But
But
they
part of me
wanted it.
thinks it was people
It
around
wasn't
him.
him. That was the Patriot Act. That was all conditions under the Patriot Act.
Well, no, Warp Speed made it to where they couldn't sue the pharmaceutical companies for this.
Wait, the pharma companies, it wasn't Trump. The pharma companies said they wouldn't do Operation Warp Speed unless they got lawsuit immunities.
So that makes sense.
All of it, everything what you're hearing is reversed. It's like, and they were all begging for a vaccine. And Trump didn't know, he said that he knew it came from China. And we all know it came from China. Later on, they said, oh, it came from China.
Right.
And I hadn't heard that part. And my thoughts were based on just that I knew he put Warp Speed and seeing what was implied in Warp Speed and doing that. And I did give him the benefit of the doubt, thinking it was people around him. And I think that had a lot to do with it too. I think he was unfamiliar. It was a thing. And like Fauci and them, he trusted the wrong people. I think that nailed him on a lot of things. Wow. I think that's why in 2024, he's going to come out like a lion, because he even says he learned a lot of lessons in that first term. So I think he's going to be a lion in 2024. So, and don't get me wrong, I still support Trump. I think he did more for this country than any president. I think he was on pace for doing more than even Reagan did. And a lot of people say
the wrong people.
What's that?
Why do you think he trusted the wrong people? How do you know I don't think he trusted Fauci. I don't think.
Well, yeah, true.
No, I don't think he trusted his Jeff Sessions or any of them.
Right, he'd already gotten rid of the NIH. Right. Remember, he said, "Fuck you, who? We ain't following that bullshit."
Why was Fauci allowed?
I got Fauci to the background.
But why was Fauci allowed to control a lot of like the mask mandates and stuff like that?
Put it all on him.
National Institute for Health. He gave this power to that.
Nice.
But see, by putting it all into him and making him the COVID czar and all that stuff, all it did is expose them for what they really were, which Trump already knew.
Right. And he put the person, what he did, I'm going to tell you this because I said this when he first did it. He found the fuckers that were responsible for all this and put them in charge. He made them the face of it.
Yep.
I hope it wasn't just for optics though, because people died. So I hope a lot of it was just missteps.
Nothing Trump could have done to stop that.
Yeah.
They were begging for a vaccine. They were begging for it. Fauci was, even at first, he was saying the vaccine. No, there's no vaccine that'll do any good. He was against the vaccine, and they were begging for a vaccine. People have twisted it all around and tried to put it all on Trump. It's not him. No.
Well, I'm just willing to look at it from the fact that, like I say, he signed Warp Speed. I mean, I still support Trump 100%. I think he's one of the best ones we had, but we've got to be willing to look into other things too.
Wait, he might have signed in Warp Speed, Operation Warp Speed, because everybody was crying for a vaccine. He might have signed it in, but the thing of it is, he was never ever going to mandate it, ever.
The final approval didn't happen. The final approval didn't happen until Biden became president.
That's right.
Yeah, and that wasn't signed by Trump.
Nobody was required to wear masks or get vaccinated or anything under Trump.
Well, I know that. I never even mentioned that part. I never said they were. He's always been.
Trump's plan was that they got done with the vaccine. Then he was going to send it to the military labs and make sure it was what it was supposed to be.
Well, and Trump's
That's
always
what his plan was.
and he's always said that, if you want to get it, get it. If you don't, no. Which is how it should be.
That's how it's always been.
That's how it should
Different.
be. Yeah. And now through and Biden did it. It's not exactly through mandates, but he basically played the hand that large scale government contractors, if they don't get it, then they'll look elsewhere. Hint, hint. He played it like that, and that's a shitty way to do it.
Mike Lindell stepped up to the plate and started making ventilators.
I like Lindell. Lindell's a
He
good guy.
started making ventilators. They were crying. New York was crying. They said, we didn't have any ventilators. Then we found out that that New York had gotten rid of their ventilators or stashed them away somewhere, and they wanted more. They just agreed. Yeah.
Yep. They found something. I can't remember. It was over like 2,000 ventilators they found in some storage unit.
And then Trump sent that hospital ship to New York Harbor and another one to California,
and they didn't use them.
And they didn't use them. I mean, and Q was all over that, saying they were taking people to Guantanamo with them and shit like that. But so that Trump was doing everything right, and there's no other country that did as much to try to help their people than Trump did. Nobody in any country. Joe Biden gets in there and it's all disaster. Everything is a disaster.
I'm not going to deny that when Biden got in there, everything's a disaster. Yeah, you're not going to hear the argument.
And it's not Biden that's the disaster. He's a hapless freaking victim of some puppet show.
I think it's elderly abuse by other people around him.
Right.
It's doing what it's doing.
Yep. No, that's all I'm saying is that I'm not one of those that thinks Trump is perfect, but I still support him. I mean,
he's perfect for the job. He was the right man at the right time.
He was the right man at the right time. Perfect, though. I think.
Yeah, that's a little far.
You're not going to get perfect unless you have Jesus.
Right. Bingo. Thank you. Yep. Okay. Exactly. Yep.
But when you talk about Trump versus the Biden disaster and the Jimmy Carter disaster and and all the other disasters of presidents that we've had.
And I will step in on this. I'll step on this because Trump came out and said, guys, you just don't realize how big the swamp is.
That's right.
It's a lot bigger than we even thought it was.
Yeah, that's exactly. He said it's way bigger than he even thought it was. And he knew it was big, but it's way deeper and way bigger than he thought it was.
He said it's going to take 2 terms to clear this up.
And I mean, he had top generals like Flynn for advisors. So if it was bigger than they even thought it was, holy crap.
I kind of got hoodwinked by the term. They kept using the term grassroots, right? And here comes Jerry Brown. And I wasn't a Republican or a Democrat, either one. But Jerry Brown was like a grassroots guy. And so I attended a candlelight vigil for Jerry Brown at the Union Hall, and there wasn't hardly anybody there, just like all Democrats. They never have a turnout.
Yeah.
And the more I heard about of what his policies were going to be and everything, because he did a lot of good things for California. He wasn't like he was considered a conservative Democrat. Jerry Brown was. Then he gets in there. He finally gets voted in there, and he turns into an absolute freaking socialist.
Imagine that, right?
Well,
Yep.
the word grassroots got me, is why. Perot
I
ran,
understand that. Yeah.
Perot ran, and I knew that he wasn't a golden boy for the Republican Party for sure. So, and he wasn't running as a Republican. Perot did not run as a Republican. What party did he run as? I don't remember.
Perot.
Yeah, because
I
he
know
told,
it wasn't.
He
It
was
was an
independent.
independent.
He was
But
independent.
I could not in my right mind vote for the two-party system. I was so against the two-party system.
But he
I
was
was like,
independent, so he wasn't running as a
right.
Republican.
That's why I'm saying that he pulled me out of the woodwork as a voter. Actually, Perot turned me into a voter.
if Perot wouldn't have dropped out and then got back in, he probably would have won it. I think.
They threatened his family.
Yeah, that's why he dropped out.
I
They were going to kill him and his whole family.
Yep.
They were going to wipe his whole bloodline off the map, dude.
That's what. Yep.
Washburn Billy was talking about the trust the plan. I agree that it was fishy. My main thing is that a lot of the people that followed it are really good patriots, and they followed it with the best of intentions and everything. So that's I hope that doesn't divide people, because I know a lot of people are against the Q thing, and unfortunately, a lot of people still follow it, and but they are good patriots.
So yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
We're all people.
Anyway, yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. Has anybody heard any? Well, I'll start with this. Has anybody heard anything about what's going on with the Arizona audit suits?
Yeah.
Nothing. I've heard
trying
nothing.
to see something on it. Well, I made it back, guys. I got to go soon. The next step on this is to remove this ring and then take the piece off of that and replace it.
Yep. Just be careful when you're doing that ring.
Yeah.
You don't want to destroy it.
It's got a tab there. I can use that. Chisel.
Just be careful and don't break it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the ones I saw on YouTube. Different.
Right.
The audit frustrates me because I think that they're buying enough time to delete a lot of stuff, and it makes me concerned they're not going to be able to do their forensic audits. The good part is it triggered a lot of other states to do audits.
Yes.
And they're finding out the Trump one.
Yeah.
They're already finding out how much cheating and skullduggery was going on and that Trump won. They already know this.
Yep. They know.
Even without the forensic, they've already proved that Arizona had enough false votes to flip the state.
Just that one county. Yep.
Yeah.
7 times
or
5 times or some shit like that.
Yeah, but they use multiple methods. They use multiple methods, like dead people voting and more people voting multiple times. One person would vote, 10 times or more. They're already finding out all this stuff. That's old school, though. And then the forensic is the just checking, and then the canvassers. They had people canvassing and looking for these supposed non-existent addresses that people were voting from. That
there was 100 people that voted with the address of a vacant lot.
Right.
That's pretty obvious to me. And then what was it? Like there was like 300 and some that used the post office address as an address. It baffles me. Hi, Nightingale.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Nightingale.
Playing with sparklers. My mom got us monster sparklers from, I don't know where the heck, but they're like 3 times the size of a regular one.
Nice. Go big or go home.
Yeah, I'm not even halfway done on this thing.
Oh, we lost Emerald.
Where did Wiz go? Oh my goodness.
He's having power troubles this evening.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Take
he's
care of it. I
on,
hope it's all right.
he's on solar power, so it's been like really cloudy all day and everything, so he doesn't have a lot of power.
Oh no. Okay.
Washburn, that was Wild Bill Ghost. That was he's the one that said Christ was perfect. Bill, he said, "Thank you for bringing up the Lord."
Oh yeah, I believe Jesus. I believe him. I don't just
You'll
believe
get
in
old.
him. I don't just believe in Jesus. I believe him.
Yeah. As like I like to say, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody, but I believe in Jesus. I don't necessarily believe in the church.
That's because the church is not a building.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus gave sermon in meadows and in a cave.
That's
And yeah, the church has become more political and almost a money-making thing to me. And the church makes me nervous. And I'm a Catholic, so this is like blasphemy to my family, me saying this. But it's how I see it, that the church has become a money-making venture, and religion and the church have become two different things. Boy,
depends, I guess, on the community.
what's that?
I guess it depends on the community.
Yeah. And to be honest, some smaller churches, I think they're still practicing the right thing. A lot of mine stems from my thoughts stem from a lot of the larger religions that we've got homeless people out there and they've got billions in bank accounts and like you get, well, the Catholic Church for one, the Baptist Church for another, and a lot of these churches have investments in like chemical companies and stuff like that.
Well, my question is, knowing fully well of their track records of Pelosi and Biden, who are both Catholic, why are they still receiving communion in the Catholic Church? Why aren't they disfellowshipped or excommunicated from the Catholic Church?
Because for one thing, we have a pope that is not a good pope. And for another thing, the Catholic Church is actually split. There's like a little civil war within the Catholic Church right now that a lot of us, that we don't, well, for one thing, we really don't recognize this pope. For another thing, the things they let people get away with and then allow them, they'll excommunicate somebody that for nothing, that doesn't do much, and then they'll try to protect people that do bad things. And that's frustrating.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now there's the church is split. And that's why I see to be honest, I see like American Catholicism and then a few other European nations begin to separate from Rome. May not happen in my lifetime, but I can see it happening. Did we lose Nightingale? Did she not like our conversation?
I don't know. I'm just sneezing right now. That's why I turned my mic off.
I agree, Washburn. It should be, well, I'm not sure if this is what you're saying, but in my opinion, it's an individual relationship. You should come to it yourself and discern it yourself and read the Bible yourself and come to your own conclusion, not have somebody tell you what it means. Hey, Shaw. Nice to see you. Been a while since I got a chat with you. I've been kind of off and on. How are the Netherlands treating you? I heard it was getting pretty rough over there. Boy, Emerald might have really lost its power this time. And I can't get on to shut it down.
Colonel Shaw, good to see you.
That sucks, Shaw. Hopefully it gets better. Keep your family and friends close. That's the main thing when it hurts. Yeah.
I say form your alliances wisely right now while you can.
Agreed. Know who's around you.
Yep, and you gotta think who am I going to allow in my inner circle that I can trust? I mean, would you trust that person with your daughter, with your possessions? I don't know. It's kind of hard to. It's kind of, but right now is the time to do it because when the shit hits the fan, you don't want to be alone. You want to have
completely agree.
Yeah.
Yep. I have three, Zach, 3 puppies. Well, actually, I have 2 puppies, and then I was just kind of a foster home for one that turned into a. I'm pretty sure she's going to be here forever. So 3 puppies. But yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, we're on StreamYard. We're on StreamYard and YouTube and Twitch.
That, and I think when things start getting bad, people will begin to get manipulative, and it'll be harder to tell who's legitimate and not.
Oh yeah. They'll try to deceive you to get your stuff.
Exactly. And if you know now who to trust, then yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on that one. And community, especially. A lot of these people that think they're going to escape up into the hills on their own, heck with that. In my opinion, if you can either survive or you can thrive, and the only way you're thriving is with community, in my opinion.
Well, that's what churches are supposed to be, is a community of like-minded believers. That's what churches are supposed to be. And if you're going to have an alliance with like-minded people, you either go to the bar or go to church. I don't know where else to go. If you don't have a lot of family, you go to the bar, you go to church, pretty much. Or also being a volunteer. That's a good way. Get involved in your community that way.
Oh, we're on Twitch also, Washburn. Twitch under the game. When he gets back on, he can give a link. I can't because Bill and I can't. We could do it in private chat, but you got to be on as admin to put a link in main chat. But yeah, it's under the game. Yep, I agree, Shaw. The people are the church, not the. Yep. I really
I think
hope
I
I
actually
didn't.
got a critter on it going in there and messing with my wires under the house.
Oh wow.
Hey, Emerald, could you put a link for the Twitch in YouTube for Washburn? He was wondering where the other people are that we're chatting to, and he's the
Oh,
only
okay.
one in. He's the
Yeah, I
only one
put
in
it up the
YouTube
other
right
night,
now.
but I'll do it again.
Hi, Valentine. And I was giving my opinions on the difference between church and religion, and I really hope I didn't offend Nightingale. She got real quiet and then left.
Maybe
I
it
haven't
was.
seen her back on.
Maybe I offended her.
Yeah, church is not a building. It's a gathering of more than one.
Exactly. And it goes back to Jesus giving, like Bill and I were talking about, Jesus gave sermon in meadows and a cave, not a building.
Right.
It's wherever.
On a hillside.
It's where.
On a hillside.
Yep. And it's wherever a gathering of people, multiple people to discuss it. That's a church. So, yep. I don't as much as everybody would like me to, Zach. I come from a very religious family and very Catholic family, and I don't go to church as much as they think I should, but I still have, in my opinion, I still have a good relationship. And I think I have a stronger relationship with God than a lot of people that don't act very Christian like through the week, but think that when they go to church on Sunday that all of a sudden that everything's okay.
Right. Right.
I try to be Christian like all through the week. Try to be. Don't always succeed, but like Bill said, the only thing perfect is Jesus himself. So
What happened to Nightingale?
that's what I was saying. She just logged off, and
You guys didn't ask her anything or talk to her?
yeah, we were talking to her. She was involved in the conversation for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Because I'm having these friggin' issues. I'm sorry.
But I did get in the midst of one of my rants between religion and and church, and I was afraid, she might have decided, this isn't the topic I want, so logged off.
Right. Right.
And she'd be too nice to say it, so.
But yeah, this is we know of some of the concepts that we're going to be facing. We've been told. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Through prophecy and historical documents and stuff, we kind of know what we're up against. Right now, people are just waking up to, man, this is not a human thing going on.
Well, even if you go on the basis that a lot of it, cyclical, it all goes in cycles. So,
right.
And even we act differently at different times, and everything works in cycles.
Right. Yeah, Washburn Billy, you'll probably like it over there at Twitch. It's not so bad. And a lot of people hang out over there. Even Colonel Shaw's in the house. What's up, man? Over on the other side.
A little more freedom on. a little bit. It's getting bad itself, but a little bit more freedom on Twitch to say what you want. And not have Google moderators stalking you. God, that still creeped me out when those guys were following me around.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You don't remember? They were literally Google moderators were like deleting my messages. It was when Pat was still alive. And
yeah. They were doing that. Yeah, I remember all that stuff because they were doing it to all of us. Yeah.
It nailed me hard. I was like, I remember because Pat's like, dude, did you just get moderated by Google mod? He's like, you really must have pissed somebody off. Like, apparently. I had never seen it before. That was something new.
Yeah. A lot of our messages, we thought we were saying, they would show up on our screen as if we typed them in, but nobody else was seeing them.
Nice. Yeah, they were doing that for a long time, shadow blocking messages and everything.
Yeah, because
like
I was
that.
on the phone. I was on the phone with Pat, and I was like, "Watch this." And I'm typing stuff in. I said, "Did you see that?" He said, "No." I was like, "Well, I just typed in a whole bunch of stuff." You know what I'm saying? Do it again. And I did it again. And I was like, "Okay." He told me what to type in, and I was like, "Okay." I typed that in and hit enter, and it didn't come up. He's like, "What the fuck?" Right. Yeah, dude. That's why I called you, man, because you're not seeing what I texted.
Oh, that one night, it was like flat out showing that was deleted by Google Moderator. It was showing that I tried to type something and that was deleted by Google Moderator. It's like, holy crap. Okay, that's weird.
Yep.
It was, yeah. Yeah, I think we talked about a lot of stuff they didn't want us talking about, and we were getting more and more people at that time. And I think we started becoming more and more noticed.
Yeah, and we were leading the trend.
Yep. And there was some of us that were more open to discuss things that they didn't want us discussing, and there's a handful of us that came after pretty hard.
Well, you remember there was times even on the game we had like 1,600 or up to 1,700 followers.
Nice.
And we were sitting there one night, and we're sitting there watching the likes underneath the video go down. And I'm not talking about like one or two. I'm talking like 30 and 40 at a time. And we had started out with like 400 likes or something. Next thing you know, it's down to 187. We're like, what the fuck is that?
Yep. That happened on Pat's YouTube a lot because it would start transferring the likes to dislikes.
No, they weren't even transferring them to dislikes. Dislikes was not going up.
They're just taking away likes. Nice. I know.
Them come down. Yeah.
That's just insane. And you know, it's all they can control all that. So it's the Google mods.
You have no real way of knowing how many subscribers you really have.
That's what I used to tell everybody. We really don't know how many people are watching us because they were fucking with the watchers. They were fucking with the watch numbers. They were fucking with the subscription numbers. They were messing with all of that stuff. We couldn't tell. But I know we had regularly had like 500 and 600 people watching us on a regular basis. And we had
look at all the
like 1,500 followers. So yeah, it was like we had some good numbers, and you know, yeah, that was all fucked up. That was
look at how many times. Look at how many times even all of us regulars that were there like every night would have to search out to try to find it because we got unsubbed during the day when we had no idea anything was even going on. And all of a sudden we were unsubbed from everything.
Right, and everybody's going, why? I didn't get no notifications.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, we're here. It says I unsubscribed. I was like, yeah, that's happening to everybody.
Yep. And that's aggravating, especially when you got a list of people you're subscribed to and you're just used to clicking on it and you don't know exactly what to search for when you're trying to find it. I mean, you know, like sick that was easy and everything, which it'll try to give you, it'll keep leading you around and around and around and try to give you sick pay. And it would not bring up sick Pat until you actually kept clicking on sick Pat, and then it would finally bring him up. Zach's asking you how the puppy is.
They're doing good. They're learning now what the doghouse is for. It's raining outside. They're learning what the doghouse is for. They know they get the doghouse, they don't get wet. They're doing great. They're getting big. And but they'll be 7 weeks this Saturday. So hopefully we'll get another one sold here soon. I put up a bunch of flyers yesterday. This weekend coming up, it should be good to go. I'm gonna make a new flyer though.
Dang, my furnace just started kicking on 2 days ago, and today, man, it was running a lot. My darn gas bill, it's going to jump up. And natural gas is going to spike again. Of course, it's winter time, so they'll spike it then.
All right. Well, gasoline's the only fuel I buy. Well, I do kerosene, but kerosene is almost $5 a gallon for K1.
Okay.
It's like $4.79 a gallon.
You use it in kerosene heaters?
Yep. I use them in my I use it in my hurricane liner.
No, okay. I was gonna say a lot of those. What's that?
I said that's part of my heating solution. Is the lantern, oil lantern. Yep.
And a lot of, if it was one of those torpedo heaters, a lot of those you can burn diesel in too. So, and it's cheaper.
Well, I need the K1 because I don't want the fumes. You know what I'm saying? Of the diesel.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, when you're not dealing with ventilation, you got to be real careful too.
Right. That's why you can use it in the oil lanterns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I want to live in a yurt.
You're going to live in a yurt with a yak.
I tell you what, those yurts, those people in Mongolia, they've got some cold winters that they live in those things.
Yep.
So
what they
must
use,
be something.
they use tarps. They use like canvas tarps to make the yurt with, and felt. So they're insulated with felt.
Oh, okay. I got you. Nice.
And then the walls, they use a type of lattice that's like an accordion kind of.
Did you see that? There's a dead armadillo on the road. Oh, really? Well, the dogs ain't been eating now.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up to chat, but that is cool. They're pretty thick walled too. By the time they get everything up on those, aren't they, Bill?
They're thick enough. I mean, they're pretty well insulated with that felt. You'd be surprised.
No, I bet, because I mean, you got plenty of air pockets in it, and
It's
that's
felt.
basically where your insulation comes from, is the air pockets, the warm retaining air pockets. So
Traditionally, it's felt and canvas.
nice.
Probably before that, it was probably animal.
Oh, you coming up too, Shaw? We haven't had a castle tour for a long time. Yeah. Hey, Tires. How's it going?
What's up, man?
Dave,
Hello.
how you doing?
Doing good. Got my bong all ready for when you announce fire in the bowl. So
Well, fire in the motherfucking bowl.
there we go. That's what I need. Boop, boop. Where's that lighter?
Hey, that's how we learn, Wash. Ask questions. It takes a little while to get used to the difference between Twitch and YouTube too.
Hey, Wiz.
There's a learning curve here.
What's up?
Wiz, take a look at my collection that I brought from the great state of Washington. We have, because they grow it at it was a grow/dispensary. This is their product. This is Cinderella.
Oh yeah.
I've got Cindy right here. I've got two of them. Chris enjoyed it. That's why Chris is probably not here right now, because at
Hi, Kim.
41%.
Kimmy, what's up?
Kimmy.
Yeah, hey Wiz, how would you like to have a 41% THC hit?
Sharing it with friends now. There, now we're talking.
What?
I said sharing it with friends. Now we're talking.
Yeah. Well, Chris was pretty knocked to the floor actually. And he smokes on the regular. And if this stuff after 6 puffs can knock him down, it's pretty strong.
Yeah, earbuds help, man. For real. Absolutely. Hey, look who it is. Don T. How you doing?
It's another day in Happy Land.
Yeah?
On this thing.
Yeah.
This thing on.
Irish, so that he can have his coughing fit without. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, shit.
What's up?
Am I still on?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, I thought I hit the wrong button.
Oh, now Don's living in a yurt, trying to make me jealous.
Drinking yak milk.
No, he's drinking mountain goat milk. He has to climb the face of the mountain to get the milk. They make him work for it.
He's muted now. We're not sure if it's on purpose or not.
I'm guessing
he
he's trying to
He
get
was
his
big
signal.
hit.
Washburn,
Zach, I'll try not to.
he's not having luck. Yeah, we're seeing you, Washburn.
Don got a little robo voice there for a little bit. I wonder if he kind of lost signal. There he is.
Oh, okay. Colonel Shaw. There you go.
So
Okay.
you muted me because Irish Misfit was giving up a lung.
No, I muted Irish. I didn't
Sorry,
mute
but you muted me.
Don't.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay. That's
I
that
didn't
red
mean
button, baby. It's like that.
Okay. Oh, shit.
All right, listen, if that's the worst thing that happens to me today, I'll call it a win.
Okay. That wasn't. I didn't think I muted you. I muted Irish.
It's all good, brother. I got my Jeep back today.
Oh, you got
I
your
got my
Jeep.
Jeep back today. Let me see if I can emphasize that.
That's funny.
Yo.
The Colonel,
exactly
you
right.
get angry.
So you've been throwing sand, huh?
A little bit, once or twice, here and there.
You're supposed to break that in now.
I know. So there's 500 miles, and I'm supposed to not run it over 70 miles an hour, and that's okay. I'm all right with that.
Or over 2,500 RPM.
Or, well, yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just because you ain't moving don't mean those tires ain't throwing sand.
I know. But I'm just okay. So I got a little out of hand today, but that's okay. I didn't. Nothing broke. Everything's fine. So we'll just coast it into its break-in period. But dude, I got to tell you, this Jasper 5.7 liter Hemi remanufactured crate engine is It's the shizzle for the nizzle, baby. It's the shit.
Yes, it is. It's nice.
I got at least another 20 to 30 horsepower. Now, granted, I'm only measuring it using my ass, but man, I tell you what, it's a fucking nice motor, and it runs like a scalded dog.
So did you do video?
Not yet. I've been too busy on the inside of it to be on the outside of it. But yeah, heated space smaller in your house. So the one thing I did want to address, though, I wanted to talk to
You
Mr.
should mute
Ferrell
yourself.
about him and his association with the Catholic Church. He does claim to be a practicing Catholic, but yet he's got all that. Well, let's just say unhappiness with the Catholic Church. And dude, I 100% agree with you on your opinion of organized religion. It's a goddamn clusterfuck from the beginning. It's a money-making, power-dragging joke of a fucking, you know what, if you want to have a relationship with God, then have your relationship with your God. Enjoy that. But don't, that whole Catholic, you know, I'm sorry, just organized religion.
Yeah. Organized religion is the control of the legion. Is what it
So
means.
I won't get on my horse. And I think I've caught Sing away. He's out getting a drink, refreshing his drink, so he's not screaming yet.
Relegation of the legion, control of the many.
But that's just my humble opinion.
Yep.
I got so pissed off at one of my credit cards today. I said, just close it. Just close it. I'm tired of messing. Every time I try to use this, it's a new fucking experience in pain and consternation. So no, just close the card. I don't need it. And by the way, it's a Chase card for those of you who have Chase cards.
Yeah.
I've never had anything but fucking hemorrhoidal flare up from Chase credit cards.
I had one. They suck.
Yeah.
Ditto.
So yeah, I told Jamie Dimon I didn't need his money anymore. But other than that, it has been a great day for me.
Same thing with Discover Card. That they're a pain in the ass too.
I got a fireplace and a lot of firewood. So if need be, if they turn off the gas, I can burn wood if need be.
Yeah.
They're going to turn off the gas. What do you mean they're turning off the gas?
They're talking about it. I think Shaw is talking about in the UK or in the England. They're having some bad shortages.
We don't have them out here. We have nothing but natural gas everywhere you go. I mean,
Sorry about that. I had to run down the kids.
I'm in the center of most of the natural gas that we're getting out of the ground for the country.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of natural gas up there.
Wyoming,
We got a lot here, and it's.
Yes. All I got to say is it's an economic structure to destroy us inside out. Create competition, create price hikes, create shelves not being stocked, create chaos. They're doing it. All our shit's sitting offshore right now.
we have in my state and Wyoming combined, we have the largest natural gas reserves in the world, from what I heard. In the world.
Yeah, you guys have got the granite-based pockets, right? The harder pockets. So you guys got like some seriously high pressure wells there.
That's where I was talking about the fracking and stuff up in Kemmerer, Wyoming, and on the Utah side. We've been doing a lot of fracking because we've got a lot of natural gas, biggest underground reserves in the world right here.
Yep.
In fact,
They start in the mountains of Colorado and run pretty much all through Utah, I think.
In fact, I was talking to a geology professor, and we were talking about earthquakes, and I said, I told him what I knew, what I think would happen if we had a major earthquake. I said we'd have something take place called liquefaction. And if you've done concrete work, you know what liquefaction is. And he said, yeah, go on. I like what you're talking about. And then I said, well, I think we're going to have giant craters pop up out of the ground because we're on an ancient ocean bed. This is a giant underground ocean bed. And I said, I think we're going to have explosions of gas lines and things like that going off. He says, oh no, it's going to be worse than that. I said, why? And he said, we've got the biggest methane gas deposits under under the Great Salt Lake, that when liquefaction takes place and these bubbles come to the surface, you're gonna, the minute they hit the atmosphere, what do you think is going to happen? I said, I don't know, explosions. And he says, exactly. Static electricity is going to set them off, and they're going to be like nuclear bombs. And he said, it's actually
a shitty problem to me. It's methane. Sorry, I had to joke.
I'll shut up then.
What? I wasn't talking shit. I was making a joke. Methane smells like ass. You know, it smells like gas.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said it smells like a shitty situation to me.
Well, it would be a shitty situation if you had bombs going off everywhere.
Yeah, really stinky bombs too.
Hey guys, I gotta get up early. I think I'm going to head to bed. I just realized it's 10:34. I gotta be up in less than 6 hours. So we'll chat with everybody later. Have a good one, guys.
See you, bro.
See you, thing.
Apex, you survived.
Oh no, I've been up. I've just not been feeling very good. I got back home and started feeling all pukey and stuff.
Ew, that's not good.
Yeah.
Dante.
I've been laying down, but can't really sleep because of stomach cramps and shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
So where'd Dante go?
That's what I'm
He
wondering. I
didn't
came
leave,
in, he popped out. Come back, Don.
Don, where are you?
Right. And where's Kimmy? Kimmy's supposed to be.
Where is she?
I don't know. Just giving her a hard time. She's probably lurking. Yeah, well.
Who was it that was up here yesterday when I came in? Had the glasses on, the goofy glasses on and stuff?
That guy was in Florida. I don't remember his name. But he was like diabetes awareness or something.
Okay, so was he legit or did he end up being a troll?
He's probably a troll.
Was he a troll? Okay. I was wondering because he was on for a while.
He got dumped in here with Aaron's raid and hit the link and then came up and was like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting this.
Ah.
Right?
See, this is why all debates need to be settled on panel. Nothing ever gets done through chat.
Right. And and he seemed fairly cordial. He didn't really. He seemed a little drunk. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
he didn't. He seemed fairly cordial. But Don T came up and was like, "What the fuck?" You know, just going off the edge. You know, not even completing his sentences and stuff. He's like, this liberal bunch of shit. I mean, for a while there, I thought they knew each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I might have to go back and watch that from yesterday. That
It was funny as fuck, dude. I was like, what? And I was confused. I was like, do you guys know each other? Because it sounds like, you know, you guys would dissing each other like that, you know, and it's like, and then laughing about it. And I was like, you fuckers know each other, don't you?
Right.
Well, Don says no. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, you know, I was like, what the hell?
I didn't know that guy to save my ass.
Oh, okay.
But
you came
the
out like
reason I went off.
There's
Well, the reason I
Don.
went off is because he started going off on Deer Butch, and not just Deer Butch, but the entire state of Minnesota. Now, listen, I got no absolute love for the state of Minnesota, but I got there's a couple of nice people here that I believe are from Minnesota. Not the least of which is Carpenter Patriot, Tow Truck, I believe. And he just started going off on the state of Minnesota and Duluth specifically about just it's a shithole and the people that live there suck and everybody sucks. And I was like, now hold the fucking phone. I'm not these people's biggest fan, but I sure the fuck ain't gonna let you some dirt bag out of nowhere step up here and start trashing our friends, the people that we associate with. So fuck you.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay, that's what that was all about. Still wants to go back and watch because that's gonna be funny as hell.
So yeah, I wasn't gonna let him say Dear Butch is not gonna take up for himself. He's just not gonna do it. And
I
so
was trying
I
to.
felt anyway.
Yeah, I got you. And I was like, I was trying to discern it though, because it sounded like some shit I used to do with my friends. Yeah.
And then on top of that, this prick had the balls when he was after he actually left the dais, the panel. This prick had the balls to say something in chat that I was being a bully. I was thinking to myself, you hypocritical piece of shit.
Right.
That's wow. Some people try to have the balls, but lack.
Well, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not Mr. Gladiator or anything else, but I'm sure the fuck not going to stand here and let some outsider come inside to our place and trash our people. I'm just not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
Anyway, that's the reason it happened. For those of you that are keenly interested in it, and I'll go back to lurking.
Nah. Wait a minute. Now, what are you going to do about that building?
Well, I thought we cleared that up last night. I'm gonna have to build a pole barn, 10 by 20.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I've been actually attacking doing those things all day today. I started doing some takeoff on some lumber, figuring out what I'm going to need to get at least started, but with not only the barn or the building, but I need to build some ground mount solar racks. I just bought another 16 solar panels, 250 watts each, for I think a total of 4,000 watts.
I thought you were going to put them on top of the building.
Yeah, you know what? The more I think about that, the more I like that idea. But that presupposes that I have the building to put it on. In other words, right now I don't have a building, so why the fuck am I going to do? What am I going to do with my solar? I need to put some ground mount solar out anyway, and there's no way I'm going to be able to put 6,500 watts of solar on top of the building. So I'm going to need ground mount solar anyway.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Tell me
I got
why.
6K. I got 6K on mine, and it don't take up 10 by 20. Don't take up 10 by 20. Takes up about 6 by 20.
Absolutely washed down.
Maybe 7 by 20. Yeah.
Someone is being a bully, then you whip their ass. Exactly. And that makes me a bully?
You gotta stand up for
That's
those.
that's kind of what it was. That's probably what it was. Yeah, don't worry about it. Carpenter Pigeon, welcome
But,
in.
and I agree, Carpenter, especially with I'd like to be able to change the seasonal angle on the solar panels to maximize my throughput. So that means I'm going to have to cycle them between a 24 degree tilt and a 51 degree tilt.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just like put your solar panels on like a motorized gimbal that just
you have no idea how many designs I've been through on that, doing just that. I can do that with a simple linear actuator, and I can move those panels and increase my solar throughput and my power gains by at least 50%.
Right.
Just by changing the way they're mounted and tracking them through the sky.
I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to do, especially like through an internet like Seasons.
Well,
like
they have a tracker diode. They have a tracker diode, a brightness tracker diode that can be utilized in motor control.
Huh.
And it'll follow the brightest object it can, that it detects. And
that's cool.
Right. And it gives the command to the motor, turn this way because you can make it directional. You know what I'm saying? And it'll turn and it'll center itself in apogee on the brightest object. And as it does that, it controls the motors to do it. But the motors and I wouldn't use any hydraulics, but you're going to need some hydraulics. You know what I'm saying? Make that happen. And the motors that it's going to control are going to be the hydraulic pumps or the switches for the hydraulic pump. But you can get away with direct motor. You could do some stepping motor stuff, but they have a high failure rate. If you do it with hydraulics, you actually could make it happen probably a lot more dependable anyway.
Right.
But that's a center post for each 4-pack at best. And then you're going to have a motor control. So if he's got 6,400, you said 6.4K with panels?
That's just a start. I'm going to need about 13K.
Yeah, that's...
Hey, fuckers.
What's up? What's up, Kay? Call us fuckers. You're the fucky. Okay. What's up? Come on up the screen. Colonel Shaw. What's up? Up on screen. Good job, sir. How you doing? Face to face, my brother. But yeah, I'm just hey Colonel, you got it? Can you hear us?
Yes,
Oh, okay, we can hear you. Good deal.
good.
So what's up? What's going on, brother? What's on your mind?
Nah, I'd rather not want to talk about it, but I'm okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
I understand, Colonel. Sometimes it's just that you don't want to get all wound up because this talking about it is going to get you all wound up and all pissed off and your blood pressure up and everything
Exactly.
else. And
Yes,
I'm not that. I don't really enjoy that.
me neither.
So yeah, I understand, sir.
Anyway, good to see you all.
Good to see you, bro.
Always a pleasure, sir.
I took the day off.
So
Took
you
the
having
day
that
off.
long weekend? That's your Friday morning today, isn't it? So I'm surprised you haven't jumped in the van and headed out for the coffee.
I thought they were going after a 4-day work week anyway.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Right. How's the house doing, Dante? How is your house coming?
The house is coming along very nicely, sir. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Next week they're bringing out the backhoe. They're going to dig the drain fields for the sewer and septic tank. They'll have gravel and rock. They're putting gravel on the driveway and around the house where I want to put the cars. I have ordered my 24 kVA natural gas generator with 350 gallon propane tank. And those will be delivered and installed next week. Let's see. We're about 2 weeks out from actually taking the house or being able to live in the house. Should have power from the pole probably in the next 7 days.
Okay.
The contractor is saying we should be able to take it in the next 2 weeks. So I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, of course. So it's almost done.
It is almost done, yes, sir. And I couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I'm hoping to sell the one in the east real quick.
That shouldn't be a problem.
No, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I may not. The realtor's saying I may not get my price for it, but I don't really believe that they built the house before the septic. Yes, I'd kick your contractors in the nuts, man.
I don't know if the situation is the same in America as here in Europe, but houses are almost, I mean, they're so expensive, houses. The prices went up dramatically. Is that the same in America?
Pretty much. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you sell the house, you will sell it good.
Well, I hope to sell that. Let's see. I paid $435 for that house 10 years ago.
Okay.
435,000 US. I hope to sell it for about 600,000 in the next 30 to 60 days.
Cool.
I hope to.
That's a nice profit.
It is a nice profit. Yes. I'd like to tell you that I did a lot to the house, but I didn't. I built the house on, let's see, it's a 2,700 square foot house on 5.7 acres in the woods.
Wow.
So it's as private as you can possibly be.
Yeah.
It has a 1,200 foot driveway. So yeah,
Wow.
yes, you have to go 1,200 feet into the woods to get to my house.
Wow.
It's pretty
Nice.
cool.
That is nice.
So hopefully I'll be able to get my price for it.
But you lived in the East, you said?
Yes, sir. In the state of Maryland.
Maryland.
Yep. How the Jeep, Don T, the Jeep is wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. Platoon, by the way. Salute, sir. Sandy area makes it easier than here, though. Yeah. Always do it after the build. Here they always do it after the build. Yeah, you know what? I thought it would have to be done to be beforehand too, but I'm not really. You know what? It didn't really matter as far as I'm concerned. This guy seems to know what he's doing before or after. I just can't see the difference as far as putting a septic in. But so yeah, I'm pretty excited. We should be able to take possession very shortly of the house. Sell the one in the east, and I'll never have to go back there again, which will make me even happier.
I bet. Right.
Maryland is close to New York, isn't it?
Maryland is closer to New York, yes. It's about 400, 500 miles from south of New York, yes.
Oh,
but he's right next to D.C.
Right next to D.C.
Oh, you don't want to.
Yeah. I used to commute into D.C. every day for work. For 15 years, I did that. So I don't want to do that anymore.
No. So now you live in Nevada.
Now I'm living in Nevada, yes, sir.
Wow, cool.
And I'm very much digging it.
In the desert.
Yes, in the desert. I'm glad I'm in the western part of the U.S. because that's where all the fun is, to be brutally honest with you. I'm an outdoors kind of guy, and we got a whole bunch of outdoors. You know, where Ghost comes from in Utah, that's just without a doubt one of the most beautiful states in the world.
Oh, yeah, Utah. Absolutely.
Northern Nevada, up through Idaho and into Montana.
Yeah.
Some of the most beautiful places you can be. And
yeah,
so
I've seen on television. Beautiful.
So I'm looking forward to, I'm trying to get my RV up there with my Jeep up there as much as I possibly can. You know, I can get up there and I can actually work from up there, so I'm okay with all of that. But I just need to get the fuck out of where people are and get the fuck into where woods and trees and dirt is. And I'm that kind of guy. You know, I like driving across the creek. I've got ATVs. I've got a Jeep. I'm soon to have a side-by-side. Dude, I'm just an outdoors kind of guy. I really am.
Yes.
I feel like I could get lost in the redwood forest and be just fine.
Irish Misfit, salute, sir. Oklahoma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Fire in the bowl.
No, that's not what it is.
Oklahoma.
Doesn't that mean like something like fuck you in the neck with a spike?
Basically, it's go fuck yourself. It's pretty much it. So
yeah,
exactly.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it. Go fuck yourself.
That's why I don't push it down.
Well, that's why I've got a shirt that says Poke Mahone, and it says I'm Irish. So if somebody goes, "What does that mean?" Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know, no. That's what it means.
Yeah.
That's why I don't push it down, because it clogs everything every time you push it down like that.
There we go.
Kay, definitely weed for the win. Stay away from the booze, but tear that bong up.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hey, by the way, Wiz, in the
Yeah.
corner, who's that great company sitting up there in the corner of my window?
Oh, brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
.com.
Here we go.
It's funny you should ask.
It's like, wait, got to do the other hand. It's like, and here it is. There it is.
A commercial.
Yeah, there we go.
This is the purest
Oh,
hash
look at that.
you can get.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
The
And it is
purest
so-
what?
It is so soft
Tell
I
us-
can squeeze it in.
Tell us the story behind that, Colonel.
Purest hash you can get. For a bottom
Hash.
price.
Wow.
For a bottom price here.
Ooh, that looks like some rockin' hash.
I don't know what it is, but I never smoke. And I was wondering what it did, what it did. So I just smoked a tiny bit yesterday, and I went completely out.
Cheers. Yeah.
There you go.
Holy shit.
It's my son, for my son.
How much?
I ended
How
up-
many euros was that?
Well, normally in the coffee shops here, you pay about 12 for 0.9 grams,
Okay.
Wow.
and they had it for €7 a gram.
Okay. It's not a bad price.
It's very
at all.
good price.
Very good price.
But
Okay.
I told them, you're not going to start dealing here from my house, buddy. I will
Yeah.
kick your ass.
Well, Colonel,
Right.
I'll be going over to Amsterdam, so you'll have to come over.
You go to
So-
Amsterdam. When?
Well, right now I'm trying to get all the stuff put together. I want to go over there because I know there is a Pearl Jam concert that missed about 2 years ago, and I still got tickets, so I want to go.
You got to have a QR code, you know what?
Oh yeah,
Right?
oh yeah. I got a penthouse suite over at the Hilton right across the street from the stadium. So yeah, I'm good. I just got to figure out
take me, right?
what day. Yeah, Chris wants to go.
Well,
Unfortunately, Chris is going to have to show a vaccination card. So
yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
probably going to end up happening anyways.
Well, I have to disappoint you. I cannot come because the thing that I was not want to talk about is that my mom is dying.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
She's in a
no.
hospital. She's in a hospital in Spain,
okay.
and she had a heart attack and a bleeding in the stomach. So she might die this weekend.
Shit, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Has what?
My
Yeah.
mom, she's dying.
You said something wrong with her stomach?
Yeah, she had a bleeding in the stomach, but she had a heavy heart attack early this week. So she's on the
Oh.
IC in Spain. Yeah,
Oh.
vaccination. She was vaccinated. Pfeiffer.
Yeah, that's it is what it is. I mean, that's the same thing that happened to my now deceased mother-in-law. Had the Pfizer shot
Yeah.
7 days later, and Chris can tell you he was there, dead as a doornail.
Did it started with high blood pressure?
Yeah, high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
cause of death unknown, but they
Yeah.
noted that she had an inflammation in her heart and
Exactly.
overstressed some kind of crystal kind of structure in the brain. It's on the autopsy report. We had a private
They all have it.
autopsy.
They all have it.
Yep.
Wait, you
So
said
that's
there
why
was
I took
they
off.
found
That's why I
crystalline structure in the brain?
Yes.
Wasn't that one of the things that Alex Jones was going over?
The
about
prion
how-
crystal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
prion crystals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interrupted her heart. Chris was there. He saw her. She was dead as a doornail. So Yeah, but the night before, just before she went to bed, she was excited to watch the Super Bowl and have her friggin' wings and celery and all that shit. She was excited. I said good night, and literally the next morning, boop, or almost afternoon, yeah, she's gone. No reason other than she took the Pfizer shot.
Hey, Miriam. Miriam's in chat. Hey, what's up, Miriam?
Hi, Marion.
Hey, Miriam, you are in chat. Hi.
Sorry, I just noticed that. I was like, hey, I was listening to the Colonel.
Yeah, so I understand, Colonel.
Yeah.
Completely. Yes.
I would
Understand.
have
Sorry to
come
hear
to
that, brother.
Amsterdam.
Well, it's
I
not
would
going
have
to be.
come to Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's not going to be anytime soon. But when I do come to Amsterdam,
Yeah.
in those times, you're more than welcome to join. So, which would be fine.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I know I can move around easily with my EU passport. So,
Okay. Yeah, right.
a lot
But
easier.
Yeah, Washburn Billy was asking, what's her name so we can pray for her?
Okay.
whose name?
Your mom,
Maria.
Maria.
Yeah.
Rock on, man.
Thank you, Washburn. I appreciate it.
Yes. We will
But
keep
that's
her in
why
our
I took.
prayers.
But that's why I took the day off today, so I have a long weekend. Things don't look good, so
Right.
yeah, that's life, people.
Maria.
Maria, Mommy Maria. But we say Ria here in Holland. So for you, it's Mary, right?
Yeah, Maria. Yeah.
Ria and Mary is the same, huh? Isn't it? In English. Well, yes or no?
Maria. We can say. Well, no. When it comes to names, it's pretty much how the person wants their name to be pronounced.
Well,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
like in German how Hans is actually Peter in English.
Yeah, I guess it would be Mary, in English terms. But when it comes to names, we don't change people's names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rodriguez is still Rodriguez.
You
You know what
Americans are so nice, letting people keep their own name. Such nice people.
I'm saying? Right. Oh well, geez. But yeah, there's like it just comes. Sometimes it's kind of tricky spelling NG. Yeah. I was in the service, and this guy, his name was NG, and
NG?
his first name was N, and his last name was G.
G, NG.
So
NG.
when he told them their name and he made out their tags, he told them it's NG, and they put N and G. He was like, I think he was Asian or whatever, But I was like, is that really your name? Is that? I mean, I know it's a translation. I figure that, because I was always inquisitive because I was a medic, and I was like, is that really your name, or is that how it's supposed to be spelled, or is that just what they did when you got enlisted? He goes, it's kind of. He says there's not really a character representation for his name in our alphabet, so they did it phonetically.
Right. It's 7 o'clock in the fucking morning here.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
And it's still
Oh,
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun should be up in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's getting like that around here too. It's like
Yeah.
the sun's
We are,
really at a tilt from what I'm used to as well. I mean,
we are moving to winter slowly.
Right, very slowly. We
I
just got
think
this rain.
I think this is going to be a crazy winter.
Yeah, we still got the leaves on the trees. They're just now starting to turn.
Yeah,
So,
it's still green. Everything is still green.
yeah, I got a lot of green. It's just barely getting ready to turn.
Yeah, that's weird.
Singularity.
But taking advantage of Miriam.
Shane, go to bed. You only have 5.5 hours left. Go to bed. You're going to be
But yeah,
fucked up in the morning.
yeah, we didn't even have a sunshine today, so my panels got no energy. I had to run the generator during the day too to keep everything going. So yeah, it's supposed to be all that way tomorrow as well. So shit, yeah, I'm full-time generator at this point, probably for the next 40 hours. So
Yeah, you're going to be a zombie. I know what it is. I've been there.
yeah, I am completely off the grid for real. Oh, Colonel, he hit the wrong button, lost connection or something. He'll be back, I hope. Yep, completely off the grid. Got a farm, building up a farm. Chickens, rabbits, and dogs so far. I'm looking to do turkeys and goats potentially. So the rest of it, I'm not even close enough to consider at this point. So I'm still working on greenhouses, and I got to build a mill.
I hit
And
the wrong button.
yeah, and then I got to build my house. I kind of need the mill to build the house because I'm going to do timber construction, and gonna have to have the mill to build the house.
Wiz, Colonel, Apex, done everybody. I'm gonna head to bed. So
You're taking off?
Yeah, that's actually where I'm heading to. I'm
Okay, well,
still not feeling so good.
grab your bowl. Grab your bowls.
Apex.
Fire.
Sleep well,
And the
bud.
bowl.
fire in
Yep.
the bowl. Whoop.
I'll fire in the bowl once more head out.
Fire in the motherfucking bowl.
Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
God.
Oh,
I did
There it
fire with the
is.
bowl yesterday, but I don't like
Right
it anymore.
there. Look at it. Look
It's
at
not
it.
my thing.
Good night,
there
everyone.
it is. Rock on.
All right. Good night, all.
Make sure she's got plenty of water.
I just like a couple of beers. That works out better for me than being stoned. Night, Misfit. Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Yes, I do. A lot of times. In fact, let's see here. There's one website that I generally, which is for, there it is, which is for Emerald City. It's kind of the effort of trying to, my goal is to build cabins to help disabled veterans and patriots. You know what I'm saying? Basically, so we can, when it started out because I was seeing these guys at the end of the drive ramps along the highways begging for food, begging for work, begging for money. You know what I'm saying? And they're vets. They got their, they still got their field jackets on. But people that just get pushed through the system or fall through the cracks, and God knows, I don't want nothing to do with VA, and they're having tough times and hard times and shit like that. And I'm just, we have reports every winter about these guys dying under a bridge or on the backside of a building or some shit like that in a dumpster. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay warm, getting froze to death. So that's why Emerald City is what it is, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. I know I don't talk about it a whole lot like I should, and I keep having people tell me I should say something about it so we can get things moving faster on it. But yeah, a lot of my efforts are cataloged here on Emerald City YouTube page. I'm putting it in chat here. Want to build a cabin community, kind of a refuge, area, so that these guys can not just help themselves but help each other, and give the workshops with the mill and the foundry and the claymation, the clay workshops, give them the ability to take raw material and turn it into end product, that kind of thing. Not a handout, but a hand up. You know what I'm saying? That's more square than they'll get from anywhere else in this fucking system as it is.
How are you going to feed them?
We're growing our own food. We raise our own animals. We provide our own sustenance. I've already got the rabbits and the chickens started. We're going to be doing turkeys and goats and possibly pigs.
How many people you have in mind?
Probably about maybe as many as 100.
What? Oh my God.
I have 80. Well, me and my brothers here, we have over 80 acres of land, and it's all trees. If I have a mill, we're building. They need a cabin, we building it.
Yeah.
Okay. If they need rock, we grab it from the creek. We grab it from the river. We need sand, we grab it from the area around us. Gravel, all you gotta do is scratch the ground and you got gravel here. Rinse out the clay, and now you've got clay. You separate the clay out of the rock, you got straight gravel, and now you've got clay. So now you can do ceramics and brick. Just make the forms, wet it down properly, put it in the forms, dry it out. You've got brick, because it's all iron encrusted limestone here. The ground is just begging to be utilized for building. We've got straight up iron coming through the ground. I got iron rocks around here. I can actually, if necessary, we could collect that up and actually forge it into iron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And make stuff with that. Not to mention the capabilities with all the resources we have around here for scrap metals and stuff like that. You just look around, you got metals everywhere that are just being thrown away.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So the opportunities are here. They don't cost a whole lot of money, but it takes hands. It takes people, for the most part. And the only way to do that, to get it done myself, is being able to use equipment, tools, and occasionally I get some help here and there. But with everything going on, my woodcraft business has been shit. But I just managed to get a couple sales on it this week for Saturday. So I've already got 5 of the coolers in the garage done, all but done. And so I've got one of those sold Saturday, and some other stuff. I've been selling the rabbits, the babies, which was the intention. And we've gotten one of the puppies sold. So it's been getting better. But like I said, my business has been hit because majority of my client is probably yuppie kind of lefties, believe it or not, because I'm into the recycled furniture kind of set. I take the pallets apart and I make furniture out of them, coolers, Adirondack chairs, picnic tables, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's been kind of rough. Getting sales has been kind of crazy rough. So it is what it is. And I'll work through it. But that was what Emerald City is about. And I'll put that link up one more time. So you guys go check it out. It's actually got the mill work on it. So where did everybody go?
Yeah, I don't know.
Apex dropped out. What?
Hey, everybody. Assholes. Where are you?
Rock on. Rock on.
I go get a coffee. I'll be back in a second.
Rock on, Shadow Man.
Don't go away.
I won't. I'm not going anywhere. Unless the power goes out on me, and I'll be right back as fast as I can. Right? So, no shit, man. I'm going to cut up a pallet right now. You damn straight. Dude, if I had the bandwidth, I could know that I wasn't going to drop offline anyway. Man, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. But have you seen the video I did on the pallets just recently? That's off my Wizard of Oz page. You eat your rice pudding there, but it's some pretty badass stuff. I just got to get it put together, man. Get the materials put together for the cabins. And it's all coming out of these pallets. I'm getting 3x4s and 4x4s that are 12-foot long, 2x4s that are 12-foot long, and all the slat wood 1x6 and 1x8 I can handle. Got stacks of it. Some of it's an inch thick, some of it's 3/4, some of it's ½ inch, and some of it's 1/4. And I got it all laid out. Shit. All right, let me get the link. That's a different YouTube channel.
Coffee in the bowl.
This is my Wizard of Oz channel.
What happened with Don T? He just went out and he didn't say anything.
Might have been connection. I don't know. Maybe he just got bored. I don't know. But he'll be back if something bothers him. But that's the YouTube page. Now be careful. Cuteness warning. That's where all the puppy videos are. Okay, but you have to go past all that. And they're cute. You want to look at them and everything. Go past that, and you'll go to the videos section and scroll back, and you'll see all the stuff that we've done working with all that stuff. Yeah. And yes, and Washburn Billy, I saw you were talking about that earlier. Thank you for bringing that up about all that. You know, I don't subscribe to any particular religion except for Jesus Christ. I'm a truth seeker, and I've been through several religions trying to find truth. Nothing out there disproves anything, and I've been through history back to the origin writings and stuff like that. And nothing has ever disproved that Jesus Christ is real. You know,
Jesus was a truth seeker as well.
correct. I believe in our Creator and His purpose, and I am alive by the grace of God. No doubt. I've been dead twice. I've been dead twice. I died twice in the same night.
Really?
They brought me back. And so, which is one of the reasons I smoke weed now. Right. Because it was a pure anxiety mismanagement situation, disorder, PTSD, military service stuff.
You saw the tunnel?
Huh?
Did you see the tunnel?
You wouldn't. I don't know about a tunnel. All I know, only thing I remember was that I had gone to this place that I knew wasn't real, but it looked like an old timey bar. And I was a kid. And I went up to the bar and I said, "Hey, have you seen my dad?" You know what I'm saying? And the bartender turned around, fuzzy beard, kind of, all white hair, had the bib shirt on, like the bartender thing, and he was wiping a glass. And he says, "You're not supposed to be here." I was like, "Yeah, I'm just looking for something." and and as a kid, I've spent a lot of time in bars I wasn't supposed to be in because my dad was always in the bar. Right? And he says, "Maybe it's time for you to go home now." And I was like, "Yeah." And that's all I remember.
Awesome.
Okay. So, and it almost felt like a dream. You know what I'm saying? I knew I
Yeah.
wasn't in a real place or in a physical place. And it looked like an old damn American beer dispenser bar. You know what I'm saying? With all the wood and all the glasses hanging over the bar and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice story.
But I never seen no tunnel. I just remember waking up and in ICU, nonetheless, because and this was the next morning, and I wake up and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And I'm not feeling anything. I'm not feeling any pain or anything. And I says, "Well, we don't need these anymore." And I'm taking myself out of this stuff, right? Because I'm like, "I'm okay. What's up?" And the doc looks at me and says, "Well," I says, "What's going on?" I was like, he goes, "Well," he told me what happened and then and what they had to do. And yeah, he says, "You beat the Widowmaker, man. Hey, congratulations." I was like, "Yeah, thanks, doc." uh, See you later. You know what I'm saying? I was getting my clothes on and walking out the room. Pretty much went back to my life, minus the drastic experience. But yeah,
But what happened? Why did you die? What happened? An accident?
anxiety. It was truly anxiety disorder. It was just a panic attack. I was driving over the road, 18 wheels for a company called Keyway Transport. And I was doing a coast to coast run, headed up to Sacramento from New York. Well, I had into me taking, I didn't want to go through the mountains because they were talking about storms through the mountains. So I took a southern route and ended up going to Death Valley and coming up Highway 99 out in the middle of Mojave Desert. It's a night, so I was like, "Yeah, that's going to be a clear run. Nobody's going to take it." And we were going to Sacramento, so we didn't want to hit any of the coastal shit. There was a truck following me, and we were part of the same run. And I had just come from, that's where I had my heart attack. It was out in Tulare, California. It's just on Highway 99. About 200 miles east of Barstow.
You had a heart attack.
Yeah. Middle of Mojave
Really?
Desert, 60 miles from any exit. Yeah.
In your truck while driving.
While driving a tractor trailer, yeah. And we were on run, so I mean I was on book. You know what I'm saying? Everything was legit. I wasn't overrunning myself. I
Yeah.
just come from a Thanksgiving with my wife and stuff, which didn't go well. And then I was kind of fucked up over it personally.
Mm.
I actually, to give you better context, I consider that the last day I was in love with my wife at the time, and kind of a broken heart thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And on top of everything else, I'm stressing out about all that, and then I had this panic attack in the middle of the night, in the middle of the Mojave Desert. You know what I'm saying? We're 60 miles from the nearest exit on Highway 99. It goes way the hell out there. And that's where I had my heart attack. So I'm pulling off the side of the road. I know I'm having one, by the
Mhm.
way, because I was a medic in the service. So I knew what the symptoms were. And I was like, holy shit, I'm having a fucking heart attack. What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, so I pulled the truck over, and I radioed the other guy, and I said, "Hey, I gotta pull over. I gotta take a break, get out from behind the wheel for a minute." Um, I says, "I'm having problems," and so I pull over and I stop the truck. He pulls over behind me, and I get out, and I know what's going on. I know what's happening, and I was just like, "Oh God, please help me." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I just, leaned across the front of the truck, and I was like, "Let me survive the night, Lord." You know what I'm saying? I know if I can survive the next 24 hours, I'm going to be okay. And turn around, and I'm sitting there just trying to catch my breath after saying all that. And this guy, I was expecting my partner, truck driver, to walk around the front of my truck. And because I'm in front of my truck, and I'm just, leaning up against the front of it because it was cold out, and it was still kind of warm. It was still very warm from driving. And the guy walks around the front of my truck, and he's not he's not John. I know John, right? This guy's an old truck driver guy. He's got blue jeans. He's got the chain on his wallet. He's got the big black wallet in his back pocket. He's got the blue vest, downfield vest, and he's got the red checkered shirt. And he's got the beard. He's got a hat that says "Truckin' USA." Grandpa truck driver stereotype down to the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No company logos on his stuff. I remember I've thought about this guy so detailed. He had no logos on any of his stuff. So there was no company logo or a name or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but he turns around and he says, he says, "You gonna be okay?" And I was like, "I don't know. I think I'm having a heart attack." He puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, "Here." And in another hand, he had 2 nitroglycerin tablets. He says, he says, he hands them to me. He says, "I want you to put these under your tongue and tell me how you feel." And I was like, I look at it, and I know they're nitroglycerin. I used to be a paramedic. I was a paramedic in the military. I was like, "It's nitroglycerin, yeah." And I put it under my tongue, and after a minute or so, I start feeling better. I'm starting to be able to catch my breath.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Holy shit, thank you. Thank you." He goes, "Here's 2 more. Go ahead and take those. And I got to get back on the road. You're going to be all right now." And I was like, I'm still trying to catch my breath. It was getting better, but I put them under my tongue. And before I can get them dissolved, the guy goes, I'll see you later, or maybe, you know. And he just walks back around the truck. He said, you're going to be good to go. You're going to be fine now. I got to get going. And he walks around the truck, and I looked around the side of the truck because I was going to see if he had any logos or anything on his truck. I could see it was at night, so it wasn't like I could make out anything because he was 2 trucks behind me. He was the second truck behind me because my partner truck, he still ain't got out of his truck. You know what I'm saying? He's just sitting in his truck. And turn around and I see the truck behind him, and it's got all the lights on it. It's big, fancy. They had a fancy light set on the trailer and on the truck, outline stuff. It had extra marker lights everywhere. I was like, I'll just get his name and stuff off the truck when he goes by. And so I just went back around to the front of my truck and turned around and I started catching my breath and things started getting better. And I was like, is he still doing a log or something? And I looked back over because I expected him to be pulling out by this. It was like 3 or 4 minutes.
Mhm.
And I was like, figured he'd be pulling out by now. I looked back out, walked around my truck and looked back on the road, and there's no truck there.
What the fuck?
That's what I said.
It was gone.
I was like, what the hell? He wasn't like he did a U-turn because that highway is a 2-lane highway each direction, separated by at least 30 to 40 yards of desert. Sand.
Yeah.
You're not driving a tractor trailer through it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get stuck is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So he didn't turn around, and he never passed my truck, and the truck is no longer there.
Just disappeared.
It was no longer there is all I know. Right. And it didn't go
You know
past
what
me.
it was. You know what it was.
I know what it was.
You know what it was.
I was visited by an angel.
Wow.
My life was saved. That's what I'm saying. I know I'm here for a purpose. Rest of you people are just I'm not sure of. But yeah. So
That's why you gotta always be nice to people. You never know who they are.
oh, exactly. So you never know when you're being tested.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an awesome story, man.
Well,
It's a cool story.
it's all true. I don't have to remember any of it because I lived it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for sharing this. This is beautiful.
But once I got back to town and all that stuff and started trying to get back to living again, they told me I had 2 years to live, and we had to get a solution because my anxiety had gotten so bad that I died. They were like, you need to see a sociologist or something, you know. And I found one, and we went through a year and a half worth of medical trials. Nothing worked, and I had a day of death, DOD.
Yeah.
They said, if we don't find something, we know for a fact, if we don't find any solution for you, you're going to be dead by this time. That's statistically, nobody's lived that long. If we don't find out how to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was living to die. I was like, these bastards ain't smart enough to figure out this shit, so I'm probably dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was living to die for about a year and a half, trying to make sure everything was as much as possible I could put in place for my kids while the time I had left, you know, shit like that. And turn around and the doc turned around, put me on biorhythms. We ran out of medication. He ran out of his arsenal of possibilities. And he suggested that I did a spirit walk or go to the since I have Indian heritage, it might help. And so I went and did that, the Spirit Seek, and on the reservations down in Oklahoma, and that helped. That helped somewhat, um, but it didn't last. As far as the physiology help, it didn't last for very long. Within a matter of a few weeks, I was starting to trend back. Doc comes to me, he says, "We're gonna find something." You ever smoked weed before? And I was like, well, yeah, Doc. You know, I was a high school kid. You know what I'm saying? He says, "Can you get any?" I says, "Well, yeah, I got plenty of family on the wrong side of the tracks. I'm pretty sure I can get some." You know what I'm saying? He says, "Well, I want you to go get some, and I want you to smoke a joint in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening before you go to bed." And
Okay.
I was like, "Doc, I ain't smoked that shit in like, it's been a few years, dude. I was a truck driver. I was clean as fuck. You know what I'm saying?" I
Yeah.
was like, "I smoke a joint. I'm gonna be fucked up all damn day, and I gotta smoke one at lunch." Oh no, no, Doc, you don't understand. So I ended up smoking one joint, a third of a joint on morning and third in the afternoon, just one joint a day.
Yeah.
And within 2 months, my biorhythms had turned around so much that not only was I improving, if I was improving so much that he says, "We found your solution." And I was like, "What do you mean you found my solution?" I was like, he says, "You're doing so well, I can release you from treatment with the order. Just all you got to do is smoke a joint a day. And I know you're going to be fine indefinitely. And well, you might die of natural causes otherwise." And I was like, it kind of blew me away. But yeah, I was like, "You gonna put that in writing?" You know what I'm saying? He goes, "No, I can't do that." You noticed I'm not wearing my coat and you're sitting in my chair. No. I was like, "Oh, was that what that was for?" You know? But that's been the case. And every time I've tried to clean up for longer than, a few weeks, my anxiety comes right back. In fact, I had gone to such an extent because I wanted to get back to a regular job, and you can't smoke when you do the shit you know, I do. They want to drug test you everywhere because you travel and everything. You know what I'm saying? You're a representative of the company, yada, yada, yada. So I've
Yeah.
been, so I wanted to clean up. So I went and talked to the doc, and I was like, "I need you to prescribe me some nitroglycerin tablets. I really need you to look at me. I know I'm fucked up." You know what I'm saying? And I know what I'm fucked up with. I just need some nitroglycerin tablets if you wouldn't mind. Because if I go to that, if I stop doing what I know works and keeps me functional, I need a backup plan. I'm not going to just go on this fly by night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I managed for about 2 months, and then I was grabbing the bottle and I was like, "Fuck this, smoking. Fuck it. If I got to be a rebel the rest of my life so I can stay alive, I guess
Exactly.
I have to kiss my ass
Yes,
because
my
otherwise it's death sentence for me.
yes.
Just a matter of time."
Yep.
That's why I say there's a lot of people still alive because I smoke weed. Because I can't get that mad anymore. I have to manage that. I just don't have. I can't fall back into that berserker rage,
Yeah.
and that's what I call it. It's a berserker rage.
Yes.
I've visited it too many times in my life, and yeah. My body can't handle it again. So that's why I still smoke cigarettes. Because you have to go through that berserker rage to stop your nicotine addiction. I don't care how far down you get it. You have to go through that rage to get it out of your system. And that's why I still smoke cigarettes. Well, not cigarettes. They're cigars. But fire in the motherfucking bowl. There's always, like I said, Colonel, there's a lot of people alive today because I smoke weed. And I mean, right on.
But did you get that PTSS from your service time?
PTSD. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we say PTSS, but in English it's PTSD, right?
Right.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I seen my share of blood. I was the medic.
In Afghanistan.
No. Before
Yeah.
that, Cold War, Iron Curtain, before it came down. I was in Germany, 83 to 86. 85. 83 to 85, yeah.
At the Seedorf base.
Bamberg, Germany. Yep. 40 clicks off the wall. Off the border, I should say. Not the Berlin Wall. But we're talking about the curtain.
But then they sent you to Iraq.
No.
Oh, you never been there?
No, I wasn't in Iraq. No. My boys have.
Okay.
Yep. A couple of my boys have. So I know at least two, Johnny and my son Bill. And Brian got called up, but he broke his arm. He had a broken arm when they called him up, so he didn't have to go. Kind of glad. That boy would have been, yeah. He'd have done some damage. He's the one in the army. Right. But, yeah. But no, I was there Cold War era stuff. A lot of espionage kind of shit. They were being hit by the Turks all the time. They called them Turks, but they were Middle Easterners that came into Germany and would pull off terror attacks on businesses and stuff like that. We don't know what they were. We were just responders. I was on the reactionary force more than a couple times.
Right.
And yeah, so they called it reactionary force duty. Sucks. But yeah, but shit went wrong. Like we did Hoff Border Patrol, and somebody come across towers will shoot at them, and our boys' order is to put their bodies between those people trying to get out and the towers that are shooting at them. So yeah, I've seen my share of ugly. Being the medic, yeah.
Lord Skull Razor. Salutes.
Hey, Skull, what's up, man? Get me off this kick. Why are you talking about me? I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you. But yeah. Now, guys, just have faith. I walk in faith every day. I'm here for God's purpose. And I'll tell you what, it's awful nice not to be here for my own purpose, my own reason. I'm here for whatever God needs me for. And, well, I guess I'm doing the right thing because I have no other choice but to be here doing what I'm doing. I mean, I've got education level that's, off the charts for most people. And I can't seem to get traction on any kind of career stuff. I'm rebuilding my life because of all the ostracization. You guys talk about being banned. I was on a MEPS list, man. I started out on Ron Paul's campaign. That's how I started out being a rebel. My smart ass decided, well, if I'm going to go any further in business, it seems I'm going to have to get political. So I chose a candidate, and for my own reasons and for my own purposes, and talking about the stuff I believe in. Ron Paul was doing a damn good job, so I jumped on his team. And then he didn't win, and then the other side just annihilated everybody who had anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? These bastards bought my mortgage and then forcibly foreclosed on my house. Never missed a payment 14 years. They took that shit from me. My house, my business, shut down my clients. Yeah, they came after me hardcore.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. Destroying people.
Yeah, they
They
destroyed
love
me.
it. They love it.
I lost $250,000. I'll put it this way. I lost $250,000 the day the airplanes hit the buildings in New York.
Really?
Yes,
9/11.
because of 9/11. I lost a $250,000 contract. Yeah.
So you were hit as well that day.
Do what?
You were hit as well that day.
Yes. My life was destroyed. I was filing bankruptcy by February. Couldn't hold on anymore. Couldn't justify the numbers anymore. The country shut down. Everything, tech was locked up. Everything was, there was nobody, there wasn't, banks would hardly move money for
I
3
remember.
months.
I
For
remember.
yeah. And there was threats of them shutting down our accounts or locking down our accounts. Well, dude, I was signature loan for $100,000. I had $30,000 credit cards, and I had 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? I managed money. My company was built on a credit model, and I knew how to operate it well. And I did a damn fucking kick-ass job of doing it. I built it up from nothing to $250,000 company in less than a year. Okay. And did it on my own credit. You know what I'm saying? And I had got the contract from Sprint to build the servers for the voice recognition systems. And got the contract to build all their servers for them. Didn't even have to go to site. All I had to do is build them and ship them. And I could do it by myself in 10 days. And they were, I can go into details, but it ended up being $250,000 worth of profit over a course of 12 months. And each month would only take 10 days of work by myself. So, yeah, that was one of the main contracts I lost that day. So, yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, Wiz.
Yeah, well, it ain't stopped me from being on the edge of every technology move in the nation for some reason. But that's where I went on to do was all this communications and computer technologies and stuff like that. Satellite communications, site-to-site lasers, ground-based satellite microwave systems, point-to-point systems. I designed the point-to-point. I was on the team that designed the point-to-point systems for Beijing, for China Wireless. And not that I am proud of having, I mean, I'm proud of the work we did, but not that I'm proud of what I found out they were doing. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I always seem to be on the edge of communications for some reason, but not now. I've deleted myself. Literally, I deleted myself from the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that
Oh,
you can't
but
be connected to it in any way because you're not going to be able to count on anything from it here soon.
well, the system sucks. We all know that.
Yep.
So if you cut yourself off from the system, I think that's a good thing.
Yes. Right. Right. Getting back to being able. That's why my business model now is raw material acquisition, management, creation, and product.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can take raw material and end up with end product and all the steps in the process.
Yes.
That's my new business model. And if I can help some people along the way, maybe they could help me get that done too. And helping those guys, if I can help save somebody's life, I'm gonna sure damn try. You know. So, but yeah, that's what that Emerald City thing's all about. That's the Bitcoin looks like a better deal. Skull, dude. Let me ask you something. Do you have solar panels? Do you have batteries? Do you have a generator and fuel? At least, because guess what? Nothing's going to work if you can't power it up. But
Well, I think the economic system is going to implode soon. That's what I think. I think we haven't seen the worst yet.
well, if they try to pull that shit off of that $3.6 trillion thing, and the 1 they never even passed an infrastructure bill, did they? I'm not sure. I don't think they passed that infrastructure bill, but they got the reconciliation up on it, didn't they? Huh? Yeah, Skull, I got the saying, dude. I have been doing so much for so long with so little. I'm now damn near qualified to do damn near anything with damn near nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah. You can put solar panels on top of that trailer. You sure as fuck can. You can put solar panels up there. No solar in a trailer park. Have my car and a power inverter. Well, that's innovative. That'll work for a while. Rock on. Yeah. Oh, really? You don't own the trailer, so you just written the whole thing. Okay, gotcha. Usually they'll let you have a shed. You can put solar panels up on the shed. Hell, you can put them on the ground. Potentially. Oh, wow. You can't even put an air conditioner in the window. Oh, my God, Skull. What are you doing, man? Holy shit. You really need to try and, man, I wish you, yeah. That's not a good spot. Oh, wow. Yeah, it sounds like it is it's called a mobile home. Make it mobile. You go somewhere else. Yeah, no shit, dude. It takes you what? Like you could move for like $1,500. The whole house. You don't even gotta unpack shit. Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm going out. I got some stuff to do.
Yeah, I gotta bring it down. She's 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'm still running generator, but I didn't mind keeping the fridges down. But yeah, guys, I need to crash too. Well, thanks for coming up, Colonel.
Yeah, anytime, mate.
You know, just walk in that faith, brother.
I will. I do.
I know it's gonna be hard. I know it's gonna be hard with the things
Yeah.
you're gonna see around you for the next few days, next few weeks, and next few months. I understand, family
Yeah.
is going, the way things go with the family, it's going to be
Yeah.
really hard.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. I have no control over it.
Correct. Correct. Just know that try to accept the things you can't. You don't have control.
It's all in God's hands, like you said.
And unfortunately, like you said, there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is just pray for them.
Yep.
Pray for them to receive forgiveness upon their, when it's time for them to face judgment.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Okay,
God
everyone.
bless you, my friend.
Have a good night, and we will see each other soon again.
I'll be praying for you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
God bless you.
Bye, chat. Bye, wizard. Good night. Sleep tight, and don't let the bed bugs bite.
And you have a great day. Get out there and take it. It's yours. You'll be the one making the difference. All right.
I go to my veggie garden. I got some stuff to do with my veggie garden for the last time, I think.
Rock on, brother.
Okay.
All right.
Bye
Have
bye.
a great day. Dream well, folks. We're gonna win this shit. We've got to go through hell.